Yeah.
I got 1,400 to spend.
Whoa, you've really been holding on to him. I only got 700.
Yeah.
The whole time in Talagad, I didn't spend anything, and maybe a little bit into, Talabheim, and maybe a little bit into Talagad. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I started only spending on like stat buffs because that's what what I felt I really needed to be able to contribute at all and not die. So, yeah, I've got a bunch of stuff. That's why I was asking about the necromancy last time. Is because that's one of the skills I need, apparently.
Well, like I said, you can buy anything you want. Just, of course, tell me what you're buying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. I'm ready to give you that list. If you're ready for it.
Okay, I'm always ready.
Okay, so to finish off Squire, I did Common Knowledge Heraldry and...
excuse me, sorry. Give me 3 minutes, sorry.
Hello?
I
Yes.
think he had to go. He had to do
I
something.
thought everybody went out for a second. I was like, oh shit.
No. I'm just furiously trying to copy over my paper sheet onto a new one because, of course, I had 2 weeks to do it and didn't do it till just now.
I keep both, and it's kind of frustrating because you have to go back and make sure both say the same thing. You know what I mean?
I've had a few times where the digital one and the paper one don't line up, and I'm not sure which is correct. Mostly on like wounds and stuff.
I've primarily just been. Oh, like my inventory is all on an Excel sheet, but my wounds are all on Roll20.
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I have my original sheet, and then I just have my current one on Roll20, and every time I want to do a stat buff, I have to go do the math in my head to figure out how many stat buffs I've already had in that one. And
oh yeah, that's why I did the paper sheet, is because I found this one. I think it's the Mad Irishman's version of the 2nd edition sheet, and it has little tick boxes underneath all of the character profiles.
Yeah, that's what I should have done. What page are the skills and talents on in the rule book?
Hold on.
Let's see.
I always have mine stuck at the missile weapon thing. That's the other thing, is like my inventory is all over the place because when we were losing all the stuff, I was like, why am I tracking all this shit? I don't have anything.
96 is where skills end and talents begin.
I'm here.
Okay, yeah.
I'm here. Sorry.
All right.
Okay. Also, who's making notes today?
This is my last week.
Cool.
Yep. Awesome.
Right. So, Jason, what have you bought?
All right. So to finish up Squire, I took Common Knowledge Heraldry and Special Weapon Cav.
Okay.
And then 100 points for the transfer.
Right.
And then I took 2 weapon skill, 1 ballistic skill, 1 agility, 2 willpower.
Nice.
1 in academic knowledge necro.
Mm-hmm.
The final dodge mighty blow. I think that's my final skill mastery. And then 200 points for black powder weapon, since it's not on my list.
Right.
And then stout-hearted. And actually, I got two more I need to figure out. I think I would just put those into the wounds. I'll put those into the wounds.
Always a good idea, right? Brian, what have you bought?
I want to get a. Are we just doing skills and talents right now, or are we doing everything?
Well, everything.
First, I want to get a sword breaker, best quality, if I could find one.
No. You don't get any additional gear. I mean, except for the.
Oh, we can't buy gear?
Not really. I mean, you didn't have any chance to do so.
Yeah, okay.
So, I'm only talking about experience points.
Okay, I want to do secret language, thieves' tongue. Maybe Yorn could have gone over that with me or something.
Yeah, sure.
Schemer, menacing, and special weapon parrying. Maybe the elf could have stopped being an asshole for a few days and give me some lessons or something.
All right.
And I wanted to give 300 to Gennaro so you could do Racketeer.
No problem. All right, sure.
That's 700 in all.
Very well, very cool. So, Andrew, what are you buying?
So I took dodge blow.
Yeah.
Specialist weapon longbow. Both are within my character career. And then I took 2 weapon skill and 2 ballistic skills upgrades.
Very well, sure.
That's it.
Sounds pretty good.
And the first chance I want to upgrade my bow to a longbow, but that's equipment, so.
Yeah, I mean, you can get a few pieces of equipment, but nothing too fancy, so to speak. So I don't know. You simply decide what you want to buy.
Yeah, like I said, just upgrade the bow to the longbow, and that's it.
All right. Brian, you wanted that sword breaker, right?
Yeah.
All right, but it's common quality.
Okay, just at normal cost, or?
No, I mean you're getting this for free.
Oh, great. Cool. Thanks.
No problem. Sean, what about you?
Alright, I'm still in the process of looking at things, but so we discussed last time, I kind of wanted to get academic knowledge necromancy.
All right.
And here's my logic behind it. It because I'm a vampire hunter, it helps me find vampires better, and I sort of gleaned it from the stuff that was taken from Google Skills stuff.
Of course.
Okay. I was thinking follow trail might be nice to have.
It sure is. All right.
Okay. And then I definitely want to take the talent specialist weapon crossbow.
Okay.
Because unless you don't think I can.
No. Of course, you can do that for for pistol crossbows and other such stuff, right?
Yeah, because one of my exits I need is a repeater crossbow.
All right.
So I don't have that obviously, but I need to be able to have that in order to use it later. So I've got 400 more to spend if you don't want to wait for me to do that right now.
Well, I mean, it depends on you. If you want to spend it right now or maybe hoard it for later. It's.
Well, I was thinking. I'm just looking at sort of like the stuff that we have. And of course I keep on pulling out the sheet that I'm trying to copy over to. I thought I had silent move. Oh, I do have silent move already. I was looking at trying to get like some of these other ones like perception, shadowing, and search.
All right.
I don't know exactly what they do though. I haven't had a chance to read them up yet.
Well, perception lets you spot things. Essentially.
Okay.
Shadowing lets you, of course, follow something. And what was the third one?
Search.
Search lets you search stuff. Without
Okay.
search, you simply have more problems with finding
Right.
this or that.
Okay, I already have the search skill, so it would be a buff to my search skill if I took that. So I'll
Yeah,
think about.
you can of course take a better skill.
Mhm.
Like there's no problem with that.
And yeah, I
Right.
think the difference between shadowing too is like that's like following somebody like closely without getting caught
Yes.
versus like just
Right.
following.
Yeah, exactly that.
Okay. Well, I think that might be useful for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it's good if you know you're hunting the most dangerous prey.
Yes. Mhm. All right. So
When you are the
concealment.
hunter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So okay, so I'll take concealment, perception. Oh, I already have a pretty good perception. I already have 10 plus 10% on that. So
Cool.
maybe I'll skip that for now. Concealment. I already have scale sheer surface. Although I could take a little bump of that. Shadowing. There we go.
Yeah. Also remember that you guys are on full heal. Just
Right.
if anyone's
Yeah, I was hoping so.
Yeah.
'Cause I'd be pretty messed up.
So no problems with that.
Mhm. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, yeah, search. I don't think I have search. Oh, I did have search. That would be above that. Oh, maybe I'll...
And also choose a single item that you'd like to have, Sean.
Well, if I get to choose a single item I'd like to have, I'd love to have that repeater crossbow, because I don't think I can afford... Yeah, I definitely cannot afford it.
All right. Let's say that Bjorn helped you with procuring this item.
Awesome.
Of course, common quality and all that.
Yeah. And 10 bolts, hopefully.
Sure. Of course.
Okay. That's what it says I need. So 10 volts, got it.
No problem.
Hopefully it's not like
course.
guns where when it's a repeater you just shoot through it in like 5 seconds and then you're like, oh.
that was fast.
Of course, those are for the exit, so that basically that means you can't use those 10 volts.
Yeah, well, yeah. There's that.
Well,
You can show off your cool repeater crossbow to people, though.
How many blunderbuss shots do I have? I never wrote that down.
5.
5. Okay.
Yeah, I thought
Yeah,
that too.
I'll need numbers for my rifle and pistol ammo.
5 as well.
All right.
Each or just 5 shots for...
5 for each.
Okay.
Figure out where that piece of paper is.
Because you had to, share with other resistance members. So
Yeah.
yeah. Ammo was scarce.
And it's a firearm, so those are like fire once per session.
And that's
Then,
it.
Yeah.
And that's the nice thing about the blunderbuss is, ammo is really whatever you just scrape up off the ground. It's
Yeah.
the black powder that's the issue.
I think there's actually a rule which says that with just some with normal stuff like I don't know, glass or stones or something like that, there's a higher chance for the blunderbuss to jam or misfire. But I'm not so sure, and I honestly never used this rule because, well, it doesn't really makes much sense.
Yeah, it's a fair rule though, but
Yeah.
Yeah, but with any game, you have and obviously everybody's tastes are different, but you have to walk the fine line between too many rules
Yes.
and too few rules, and that could be one of those things that's too specific for some people.
I
Yeah.
absolutely agree with that. And I know that people love to modify Warhammer Fantasy, so
I moved I didn't realize I had another ballistic skill. I moved my wounds to ballistic skill.
Well, okay.
So I don't, yeah, so I didn't get any additional wounds.
Okay, I'm gonna take an additional wound.
And everybody put 6 gold each into the war chest, right?
Right, we have 24.
Okay, cool.
I double checked that before I started thinking about it.
Yeah, I allocated that stuff already.
Yeah.
Okay. The only last thing I'm probably going to do is I'm just looking at what my stats are. So I took those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things and plus 1 wound so far, and I'm just trying to decide if I want to. I can buff willpower or whatever because I'm looking at the. Oh, I need to look up. I'm just trying to think of what to do with the last 100 I have to spend. Whether I want to save it or spend it on something like. Tunnel Rat, or I don't feel like Strike to Injure is like Leopold's thing.
Well, he learned a few tricks, you know.
Yeah, but he like
Yeah,
he
that's
likes,
not what he would pay attention
Yeah.
to.
Take that, vampire.
Yeah,
I'm going to suplex you, vampire.
Yeah.
pretty much.
Rub garlic in your face. You like that?
There you go.
Vampire meet the floor. Yeah, well, that makes sense.
I'll just look at Tunnel Rat here real quick, and then. But yeah, I'm pretty much done.
Although now I really want to see him put a vampire in a figure 4 leg lock.
There you go.
You see the vampire like tapping out.
Why are you hitting yourself? Why are you hitting yourself?
Yeah. We call this Morite brutality.
Yeah, I'll take.
You want some more pain?
Oh my god.
Yeah. There you go.
Okay. Yeah, that was very good. You know, actually, that was wow.
Yeah, Tunnel Rat. There we go. Done.
Okay, so Tannerad it is. Everyone's bought everything.
Yes.
So I guess we can begin.
Somebody's got teenage girls over, it sounds like.
Yeah, and of course.
No, that's my son.
Oh.
Oops.
Oops.
I don't know what his deal is.
His voice hasn't dropped yet, then, I hope.
No. All right. No, he just turned 12 in January, so he's still a little guy. Not like some of his classmates who are already as tall as me.
And have full beards.
Yeah, some beasts in his grade.
Yeah, I remember being in the 4th grade and there was a kid with a mustache.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what the deal is, but I think we have like a high percentage of former NBA players at our grammar. No, I'm serious, because there are some kids there that are like 2nd graders that are as tall as 5th graders.
Andy, but are we talking about like a full-grown mustache or the virgin-like mustache?
Probably halfway in between.
Oh, that's
Not just the wisps, but not necessarily like an Englishman's mustache either.
oh, okay, okay. Well, that's still pretty impressive, honestly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay, guys. So let's begin. You left Talabheim after saving it from the horrible hordes of mutated ratmen. One might think that, people would appreciate it and you would be able to remain in the city as heroes. But such was not the case, unfortunately. Such was not the case, for the nobles of Talabheim are greedy bastards, bereft of honor and decency. And since, according to the ancient laws, you are now the custodians of the city, because you've helped in liberating it, they've decided to murder you. But with help from some friends, you were able to successfully leave the Eye of the Forest.
Okay, Sean, that's getting a little distracting.
Yeah. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know. Hey, you two! Whatever you're doing, you need to cut it out, dude.
Kids.
It's too loud up here. Close the door and be quiet. All right? Man.
That seemed to work.
Some Moore's justice there.
Don't make me come and talk. Get out of my chair, boy.
Awesome. Sporting some nice southern accent there.
Yeah.
I approve. I'm of course not going to imitate it because it will be grossly, offensive. Or something.
Especially considering you got two Southerners on the line here.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm already horrible as the Austrian man.
No, actually, you're pretty good at it.
And I'm working on my Christopher Walken impression, but it's not very good, as you can hear. Anyway,
Yeah,
sorry.
Were you doing it?
Oh, that's cool. Fuck.
So there's and I apologize for derailing even further. There's a sports radio station here in D.C. that has a Christopher Walken impersonator that does the fantasy football picks every week.
Man.
And somebody in the national media actually thought it was Christopher Walken. And they ran an article about it.
Man, that's awesome. I mean, I would love to meet Christopher Walken IRL. He's one of my favorite actors of all time.
Okay, Sean, regale us.
Oh yeah.
I didn't talk to him, but he was in the studio next door doing some ADR, and he came into our room and sort of looked at us while we were sitting there, and we're like, "That's Christopher Walken." And he stood there and then walked out. It was very bizarre.
Yeah, actually, it sounds like Christopher Walken because apparently
Yeah.
he's a bit of an eccentric,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Christopher just walking by.
Mhm.
Anyway.
Are you sure you don't have kids? Because your pun game is strong.
Yeah.
You could say that he walked out on you. Or, something like that. I'm not sure. Anyway. You are traveling north, or to be more precise, northwest, to the city of Marienburg, the greatest free city and, in fact, the greatest port in all of the old world. However, it will be many weeks before you'll be able to reach your destination. Your coach driver, Olesia, is as surly and taciturn as always, almost never speaking to you, even during the stops. Fortunately for you, the coach itself is filled with all sorts of provisions, drink. It's also warm because while the winter is slowly coming to an end, it's still pretty chilly, and it even gets more cold the further northwest you are, driving. One thing that Olesia made very clear is that you are actually entering the more dangerous territory. You'll be driving through the areas of the Empire that were under attack from the hordes of Archaean, the Greenskin army led by the infamous war boss okay, now that's kind of embarrassing.
Grimgor Ironhide.
Thank you, Grimgor Ironhide. And even there are speculations, and rumors, the Living Dead, led by one of the dreaded counts of the blood drinkers. First few days actually were, spent without a fuss. The roads were pretty good. The weather was tolerable.
Can I ask Alessia if she has any news from Nuln?
No, I do not have any news from that city, Huffling. And why would I have them?
I don't know if you went back. Anything?
Who said
any news?
that I went back?
I don't know. Nobody did.
Me too.
So you have no news from Nuln.
I don't have no news from now.
Such a Casanova there, Sally.
I've heard that it's still standing, if that's what interests you.
Well, I guess that's pretty good news, right?
Probably it is. Or maybe not. I don't
You
know.
haven't seen anybody poking around that may have been from Nuln, have you?
Not really.
I think you'd know if you did, so that's good.
Yes, it is. Now, let me concentrate on the road and stay inside the coach. And with that,
I go to the back of the wagon and just kind of sit on the back with my blunderbuss on my knee.
Oh, okay, sure, no problem. Um,
I'm going to try to get as much sleep as I can, prop my legs up, because I've had a very exhausting month of training and lack of sleep and academic stuff. So I'm taking this as a time to just recharge.
that's actually a very good idea. Sure,
Yeah, that's what I was going to do too.
sure, of course, no problem. You can do just that. Does anyone else have any, any wishes?
I want to catch up with Gennaro and, help train him in scheming and all that.
Well, Gennaro does not speak much, honestly. He's not really in the mood ever since you've rescued. Well, I mean, ever since he got rescued by the soldiers. For you, it seems that he never really left Talabheim, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
In the night, of course, you are sleeping in the wagon. More than once, you've been woken up by his screams and cries. He's gaunt, he's disheveled, he looks haggard. He's also very, irritable. And he's not reacting well to people, trying to comfort him or speak with him. You can say that he's not in the mood for, well, almost anything, really.
I give him his space, I guess, but
Yeah.
that's all I could do.
You've also noticed that he's been a little too eager to reach for the bottle.
Do they have Xanax in the old world?
Well,
Is this knowledge that everybody's picking up on, or is it mostly just Sally?
no, everyone, because you are traveling together. You are sleeping together, you are eating together. A few times, of course, you were able to stay inside, some roadside inns. But more often than not, you were forced to sleep in the couch with what's the word? Guards. Watching.
Well, I can tell you
Over
this
others.
as a Talabheimer, we tend to believe that folks should be left to their own devices and any of my business if he's reaching for the bottle too much. So I am gonna let it, not do anything about it, not really say anything about it, because that's his business, and if that's how he copes, that's how he copes.
All right. Just so you know, of course, this is the old world and all, but drinking too much is still a bad thing.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Until it impacts the rest of us.
Yeah.
It's his business, and I'm we're country folk. We don't get into other people's business, and we respect because we want our own privacy. We respect other people's, unless they're not around. Then we'll talk about them behind their back, not stop. But
all right. After about a week, you are riding on a muddy road somewhere in the Empire. If you excuse me for a second. You're actually riding through Hochland. You've passed the province capital of Hergig, which actually was on the other side of the river Talabheim, not too far from Talabheim itself. You're riding on a muddy road. It's very early. The cloudy sky is grey. When suddenly, after a bend on the road, you can see a caravan of 4 wagons loaded to the brim with all manner of bounty coming towards you. Leading the caravan is a tall, heavily armored knight bearing a shield emblazoned with a black raven on a red field. Behind him are 6 mailed men-at-arms on horseback, also bearing the sign of the black raven. 4 wagons loaded with foodstuffs, sacks of flour, kegs of beer, crates, casks, cages of chickens, and tethered oxen roll slowly behind. A driver sits astride each wagon next to a soldier bearing a blunderbuss. 10-foot soldiers bring up the rear of the wagon train. Let's say that actually you were just preparing to ride away, and you are all outside. What's
Hey,
that
Brian?
sound? Yeah, what's that?
Yeah.
Can you mute your phone if you're doing stuff?
Oh, I'm just sitting here.
We're
That's not
hearing
me.
we're hearing an echo.
Oh, I have it on speaker.
Yeah, we're getting a lot
Okay.
of background noise.
Yeah. Now it's better, I think. Okay, now it's cool. Right, so Vincent, of course, recognizes the emblem. It's the symbol of the Knights of the Raven.
Common knowledge heraldry,
Yeah, and
and obviously, yeah.
obviously.
I actually have that too, I think.
So you can roll if you want.
Roll to identify, or do I
I think he was talking to Brian, right?
Yeah, Brian needs to roll to identify because you know it, Vincent.
Success.
You recognize the heraldry as the symbol of the Raven Knights, with whom your friend Vincent actually spent quite a lot of time training. The caravan is slowly approaching you, and one of the men-at-arms rides forward and calls out, "Make way for the servants of the Harvester of Souls, the Reaper of Life's bounty." Well,
I'm assuming we're not driving the coach, so.
no, but you are standing on the road. Well,
I
partially.
think
Oh, we're
that's
standing on the road. Okay, I thought we were in the coach still.
No. Like I said, you are outside right now.
Vincent's cue.
Well, then, we can make way because
Yeah,
they're better armed.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
Make way, and I'll
Yeah.
just do a salute to more as they pass.
Actually, as you made the way for the caravan to ride through, the knight rides over to you with a broad, vacant, blue-eyed smile and greets you warmly. Hello there. I'm Sir Dumbas.
Well,
DHABAS, actually, but yeah.
Dumbass.
luck be with you, knight.
That's your dumbass.
Sorry, I have a lisp.
Well, yes. Very fancy meeting you here, good man, and you, lady. He smiles to Olesia, who, of course, remains stoic as ever. Tell me, what brings you to this part of the Empire? Perhaps you would like to hear about my valiant exploits. As he said that, you see that one of his men behind his back yawns and unslings his lute and begins to, prepared to probably play some catchy tune. Just in time for the knight to tell his tale. Well, I know that I'm a famous seneschal of
I want to
Trotteldorf,
kind of.
but perhaps you do me honor and tell me something more about yourselves.
I shout to the lute player, play some Skinner. I'm just kidding.
Freebird.
We're coming from Talabheim. You hear what
Talabheim.
happened there?
That's very nice to hear. Something
Did
more?
you hear what happened there?
No, not really. What happened there?
The Ratmen took the city for several weeks.
Ratman? You mean Beastmen? With heads of
So
rats?
I look at
Yeah,
Sally
yeah,
funny when he
that's
says
the
that.
Beastmen.
Oh, that's most disturbing. But the city has been liberated now, yes?
Oh yes, the Reichsguard marched up the Wizard's Way and liberated it.
Oh, splendid, splendid. Simply wonderful. Oh. Alright, Sally, roll for fellowship.
Okay. I should have a couple bonuses, I think.
Pretty good pass anyway.
If you have etiquette, then certainly
I have
it helps.
Streetwise.
No, streetwise does not help in this.
It doesn't help there. Okay.
No.
But you passed pretty good.
Schemer.
Schemer.
That's a plus 10 for or against charm.
Well, okay, this helps. This helps. So, did you make it?
Yeah.
By a lot.
5 and a 40. Yeah.
Okay, so in that case, maybe you want to ask him a few questions. If you want, of course, you can do that. If not, then well.
Where are you taking this haul of goods?
Good Sir Halfling, this is a tribute from the village of Trotteldorf to my order, the Raven Knights of Moor, and I am actually driving to the Abbey of St. Athelbert in Sigridhof in Steerland. But you see, I actually need to collect additional tribute, so the road home isn't quite straight.
I look at Vincent, kind of like, is this guy legit?
Well, judging by his entourage, I would say so. Granted, how he's collecting his prizes. From what I know, the Knights of Moor are relatively not well off financially. But
What do you say, Vincent? Vincent here is a fellow follower of Moore.
Oh, really? You're an initiate, perhaps, of the order?
of the Black Guard, yes.
Oh, the Black Guard. Well, in that case, you have my utmost respect. Just, of course, as all of you.
Some even say he's cursed.
Well, so such are the rumors of the Knights of the Raven. If you said that out loud,
No, obviously I wouldn't have said that
Okay.
out loud.
and I don't think. They're coming from the west, obviously. What news of the west?
Well, what do you mean? Like, are you asking about the potential dangers on the road? Who's taking a piss?
That would be me, and I thought I had it on mute.
Remember to mute before you drain the snake.
Yeah, I'm looking at the mute light.
That
It's
was
on,
unmistakable.
Yeah,
Sorry about that.
Lucas is standing right next to the road, you know, urinating on it.
Well, hold on then.
Do not mind him. He's from Talabheim.
Oh, no, it's, no big deal, no big deal at
That's
all.
Talabheim. Yes, we are traveling westward. I kind of say that not knowing. Do we know exactly where we're going? Do we know we're going to
Yes,
I-
you do know that you're going to
Marienburg.
Marienburg.
Okay, we're heading west past Old.
Says Olesia. Excuse me, horrible cold. Round 2.
Part 2, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I said west past Altdorf, knowing that I didn't want to give our actual destination.
Well, in that case, well, there are the usual bandits, of course, but sometimes filthy beastmen from the deep forest, have also been known to attack travelers on these roads. That's why this caravan is so heavily guarded. Of course, their depredations have been much less since Leonid Grozny, a skilled warrior from Kislev, was installed as the bailiff of Trottledorf. Of course, on my recommendation. And he looks very pleased with himself. I don't have to add that the soldier with the lute actually began, to play a catchy tune, so to speak.
So are you open to trade or just donations?
No, I mean this is the law-approved bounty from the village of Trottledorf, over which we are actually watching ourselves. I mean, by we, I mean, of course, Knights of the Raven. We are the protectors and overseers of Trottledorf, and I'm the seneschal of this place. I've been rightfully given the title, of course, for my great exploits. Now, you will excuse me, friends, but I actually need to continue driving. Trottledorf is about 3 hours from here, down that road. You can miss it, and it's probably a good idea to stay there, for a night or two. At the Foaming Mag, I've heard that it's a very, very good inn. Anyway, more be with you, and have a safe
Travel
travel.
safe.
Yeah, may luck be on your side.
So I did decide that in character, I totally did that.
He's talking, you're pissing off the side of the road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
kinda
that's
looking at
totally
Vincent.
something he would do.
Yeah, I agree. That is, pretty much Lucas. Okay.
What do you think, Vincent?
Seems legit as far as I'm concerned. Knights of the Raven are different than the Blackguard, so they're a little more, I think, quite a bit more wealthy of a chapter. So
Yeah, this guy seemed kind of wealthy.
Yeah, and he wasn't open to trade or donations, so...
All right. Olesia, with a bit of an irritation of her voice, reminds you to get in the coach because you're on schedule, apparently. So I guess you're driving further, unless anyone wants to, do so. Someone wants to do something else. Then, by all means, but please tell me first.
Let's keep going.
All right. The road continues without any problems or perturbations. The sky is indeed cloudy, grey with heavy-set clouds. Road here is actually in a bit of a worse state. It's not cobbled; it's just a dirt road, and there are a few bumps here and there on the road as you are traveling towards the village of Trottledorf. If you guys want to do any RPing, now is good. Now is a good time. If not, then please.
Yeah, do you guys want to do some trade?
Yeah, I don't know because I'm just looking at all this gear I have. I don't know if I can realistically carry it all.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I have to unload some things.
Yeah.
Without the
so-
wagon, I can't carry everything I have.
Right, exactly. I'm like looking like maybe getting rid of the blunderbuss and this extra crossbow that I have and all that stuff.
Trying to think of the.
So, Alessia, how long do we have in Trottledorf?
About an hour and a half, unless some beastmen will come from the woods and decide to eat us. Just kidding.
Then it'd be 2 hours.
Probably.
I want to be well fed, so I'm gonna do that and get rid of some gear.
Yeah.
In that case, tell me what you're getting rid of. What are you keeping with you?
I have. Let's see. I think I would probably, since I have this sword, I'd probably try to offload the spear. And man, even the shield is getting heavy. Maybe I'll look for like a buckler or something instead of a shield. I think they're quite a bit lighter, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, but it's they don't confer as much protection.
Yeah.
Especially when someone's shooting at you. Just,
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. It's just I'm getting overloaded.
Okay. So decide what you guys want to live at the warehouse.
I want to sell a short sword and a club, and I want to see if I can get a good price for a pistol.
Okay, but like not right now, of course,
Oh yeah, sure.
because you're not, now you're driving. I mean, there's no chance for you to like do any shopping at the moment.
Oh okay, I misunderstood.
What?
I said I misunderstood that then.
No, I mean, well, you're driving. With whom you wanted to barter? With like one of your teammates or what?
Oh no, just when we get to Trottledorf.
Yeah, but you're not you're not at the village yet.
Yeah. Okay. Well, like that's what I was talking about. Is once we get there,
Oh, okay. Once you get it right. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sure.
If I'm not sleeping or if we're just kind of sitting and riding, I'll be kind of cruising through a book, trying to just study it. That's pretty much all I'll be kind of doing,
All right.
keeping to myself.
Gennaro also keeps to himself, of course. Being brooding and shit. Like, That said, you can see that he's keeping a small bottle of wine handy nearby. From time to time, he looks at it, thinking if maybe he should take a swig. But right now, he seems to be fighting against the urge. Still, that's pretty warm.
I think maybe that's what he has is the one bottle. Because if I start drinking it with him, then it's less for him to drink.
Yeah, well, probably.
Yeah. So I'll drink with him. It might cheer him up a little bit even, and he drinks less.
All right, so you are drinking the bottle between the two of you.
Yeah.
He doesn't really, seem to be cheered much, but it's always nice to have a company for your growing habit. So he doesn't protest much when you are, offering to take a few swigs with him. The rest of the journey is pretty uneventful. Sorry. The day is lazy. Everything's going slow. Even the encounter with this highly eccentric Sir Dambas seemed like an interesting thing compared to the endless green all around you. because Hochland is a heavily forested province. There are trees everywhere, and there are big trees, with great hoary trees of twisted limb, burdened with moss after centuries of accumulated age. Eventually you can smell a wood smoke in the air. Then you can also hear the village itself. You are, for some reason, you've approached Trotteldorf from the north, and you can hear the deep-throated bells, going off in the distance. Vincent, roll for theology.
For theology, is there what would that be intelligence?
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
All right. Do not have a lot. Oh, success.
The rhythm of the bells and the sound that they're making tells you that someone is ringing bells in the Temple of Mor.
Hmm.
You've arrived at the village. Well, actually, Olesia, stopped the couch just before the first buildings. You go ahead. I will stay here, just to make sure. Unless
Okay.
anyone has any objections.
Is that an unfamiliar thing to hear?
From her? No.
No, the bells.
No, it's actually, in some cities, towns, and villages in the Empire, well, in most of them, the time actually is measured by the toll of the bells. But in most of those places, the bells are actually, what's the word? Rank?
Yeah.
Rung.
Yeah.
Rank in the Temple of Sigmar. But in few, well, apparently they're ranked in other temples. Or maybe Trotteldorf doesn't have a Temple of Sigmar. Who knows?
Yeah.
You're not so sure.
Oh, we'll have to do something about that.
Yeah. You can see as you are walking inside the village. At least I assume you do. Maybe I don't know. Maybe you decide to do something else. But you guys don't say anything, so I guess that you are going to the village.
Yeah.
I'm probably just gonna keep napping in the coach.
Okay, you're staying in the coach. Cool.
Yeah.
So you're.
I mean, I might get out and like stretch my legs and stuff, but
we're gonna probably try offloading some stuff. Is there anything in particular you needed, Lucas?
no, I'm good.
All right.
If
On a
you
grab.
if you find a place in the village to stay, tell us where it is, so that we may find you in case of emergency, says Olesia. Just
Yeah, we'll
in case.
right.
Wherever the inn is, I'm gonna get some hot food.
Always a good
When
idea.
it comes in era,
Sure you don't want to join us, Lucas?
I'm
Might
sure.
stay in there for for some time. What time of the day is it?
Hey, wait a minute.
It's
He's
about-
not coming in. Doesn't he owe us drinks?
It's about noon. Yeah, I will come with you. It's a good idea. Maybe
Yeah.
grab a drink or two.
Leopold, do you say that out loud?
Yeah, I say that out loud. I thought he owed us drinks, Lucas.
I look
bored.
over to Lucas.
I was pouring while the while the arrogant knight was talking.
Hmm. Hmm.
so what was the name of that inn? The foaming mug or something?
Yeah, you can roll for the Common Knowledge Empire for that.
Okay.
Mhm.
That's where the knight stayed.
Yeah. I'm gonna stop in there.
No, that's not where Knight stayed.
He said for us to stop there. I thought.
Yeah,
It was a cool place to
exactly.
stop. Yeah.
He said that he heard that it's a pretty good, place to stop. But that was it.
Yeah.
So, anyone made any successful tests?
Yeah.
Brian did.
Brian, you've heard that it's actually a tradition in Stirland to drink warm beer. Beer that has been warmed over a fire, or that has been warmed by had been warmed by a hot poker put inside the mug. And apparently only Stirlanders do stuff like that. It's most of the folk of the Empire think that it's a very strange / barbaric custom.
Are we traveling through Stirland?
No.
Okay.
You're in Holland, actually.
Okay.
And I will try to add Xathrodox map to the.
I was just wondering why
To roll
that
20.
Stirland thing came up. If we're not really going in that direction.
Yeah, like I said, Brian only heard it because he made the connection. But I'm not sure if he's sharing that connection with you, because
Oh
only
yeah.
he
So
knows it.
maybe this place is owned by a Stirlander.
By how many degrees have you made? Oh, actually, you don't have to.
2.
No, because remember that Knight said that he's traveling with the goods to Stirland, actually, where his order skip is located. Okay, by the way, I've uploaded the map on Roll20. Sorry for the quality. I guess you can probably make it a bit bigger, but I'm taking this from the PDF and.
Ah, there it is.
Well, okay. Wait, maybe I'll be able to.
Okay, so where are we?
You're driving from the north. You're driving from the. I mean, not
So
not the.
So we're coming in between the oat field and the barley field?
You see the.
Or the oat field and the hay
you
field.
see the building number 4.
Yes. It's the one that's it's next to
Yeah.
the tree there.
Yeah.
3, 4. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so between the oat field and the barley field looks correct.
Wait a second.
Yeah,
Jesus
okay.
Christ.
Yeah, the numbers are a little bit hard to read.
Yeah. Sorry for that.
That's okay.
No, I mean, sorry for my cursing. I know, but my goddamn PDF has almost crashed. Okay. First of all, you see the. You see this building, number 4 building. It's a temple, and you recognize it very well, Vincent. It's a Temple of Mor. A rather impressive building, made from wood and stone. Just outside, you can see. Few people coming and going inside this place. The bells are still ringing, although right now the ringing, is almost at an end. It's noon, essentially. It's pretty damp, but tolerable. You can also see more people in this village. There are fields right in front of you. There are people, preparing the soil for the coming of the spring and later the summer. A gang of laborers is repairing the roof of the temple, actually. And as the bell tolled one last time, everyone is preparing to rest a bit before continuing working. People are gathering around the bonfires to keep warm. Songs are sung. Some of the people are laughing. Yeah, the roads are muddy in this village, and they are also full of muddy children. As you are making your way further into Trottledorf, they quickly begin to follow you, but also keeping their distance. They're clearly in awe of a band of such impressive-looking adventurers, and not to mention heavily armed. And perhaps they're a little afraid of you as well. Animals wander about, dogs bark, geese hiss, carts rattle by, and you can smell the smell of wood smoke in the air. You can see that the village women are also hard at work when you draw nigh, kneading dough, tending animals and small children, cooking, cleaning, singing. A few cotters in the village are busy repairing the thatched roofs and wattle and daub walls of the village cottages. You can, even from a distance, you can see that the walls of the village cottages are frequently repaired and covered with a fresh coat of lime wash to protect them from the rain, something that Lucas knows very well. Although he's not there, because he's asleep. Yeah, forget about that.
Don't worry, I'm going to make it even harder, because in a little bit I'm going to wake up and go wander around the woods.
All right.
Lost.
So you're going to the woods, right?
In a little bit, once I wake up from my nap.
All right. Just tell me which direction.
Okay, we'll figure it out later.
All right, cool. So where were we? Oh yeah. You can also hear very weakly, but you can hear the ringing of swords in the distance. But not like there's someone trying to kill someone else, but it sounds more like training. Actually, Vincent, you can tell that it is so pretty convincingly.
Sounds like what I've been experiencing the last month, essentially.
Yeah. There is also, and I'm not exaggerating here, the mouth-watering smell of baking bread coming from across the river. It smells delicious. It smells, fresh, just incredible. Incredible. I mean, you of course, you've been eating pretty well during the short time after the liberation of Talabheim, but on the road, it's back to standard provisions, of dried meat, hard tack and biscuit, sometimes, cooking some porridge over the campfire, sometimes eating pickled fish. Sure, your wagon is full with supplies, but they're very basic supplies. They are even more basic than the ones that you've been given, before you've left Naun. Apparently, the Empire is facing some really hard times. The only thing odd as you are walking across the village is a single villager who is crouched by a stone wall surrounding a sheepfold. Because, by the way, I just want to say that on that map you can see many cottages, and in front of the offset cottages are, small animal pens with chickens, sheep, goats. They are two-story. They are 2 stories high, but they're also pretty shoddily made. That's why they require so much repairing. And in front, one of said villages, there's a single villager crouching in front of a wall surrounding a sheepfold. You see that he's a young man, a shepherd, by the look of his muddy ragged cloak, with a tense, thin face and the look of someone who is hiding. However, he is hiding in such a plain sight that it's almost comical. Are you going to do anything?
Let's just walk right up to him.
Well,
just
just-
look at him.
Well, I'd say like you, sir. Where's
Be quiet! They can hear, you know. And he gestures you to, keep low.
I look around.
I just stand upright because that's probably still low enough.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kind of look behind us and kind of look for anybody else that might be suspicious, but not expecting to find anything.
No, you are seeing just an ordinary Imperial village.
Who's gonna hear us?
Imperial, is Darth Vader there?
Roll for fellowship.
I'm assuming you're talking with them, Sally, at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is this like a charm test or?
No, it's a fellowship test. But yeah, sure, charm can work here. You've passed?
Yeah, I'm a charming dude today. I'm a charming little dude.
The sheep, he points at the sheep, are really chaos dwarfs in disguise. I am watching them so that I can report their every movement to the bailiff. Oh, I'm Stavros, by the way.
Okay.
Where's the bailiff? We have important news with him.
Oh, the bailiff. He lives. Yeah, he's. Wait a second. I need the map.
I imagine if he's on duty, he might have a guard station or.
He lives.
there.
He lives on that hill, and he points to number 6 on the map, which is the northeasternmost building. It's on a hill. You see that on a hill is a manor surrounded by a few other buildings and overlooking the entire village.
Where's the foaming mug, sir?
The foaming mug? It's on the southwestern part of the of Trottodorf. You can miss it. It's the most southwestern building of the village. Now be quiet. I'm observing those damned chaos dwarfs.
Good luck with your chaos dwarf problem. And I just kind of start walking to the
Thank you.
southwest.
Thank you.
I'm gonna squat down and ask him, "Where's the trader?
What?
The trader,
Trader? Like,
where you buy and sell things."
oh, I thought that you said the trader. Like,
Yes.
No, the traders. Those are the traders, and I point to the sheep. I'm
well,
looking for.
no, sir, they're not traders. They're chaos dwarfs.
Hmm.
Anyway, well, sir, we don't have a trader as such here. We are mostly rural farming folk, and most of our foodstuffs and other stuffs are taken by the Knights of the Raven as a tribute, because they're the overseers. But I must say that as overseers, they are doing piss poor job for allowing chaos dwarfs to infest our village.
Indeed, they are.
Yes. I need to report this to the bailiff immediately. But I can't let the chaos dwarfs see me, or they will try to
Alright.
intercept me and shank me in the back.
We will.
I'm like gesturing for Vincent to follow and stop talking to this guy.
Right. Yeah, I'm gonna stand up again, and assuming that if there is a smith, that it be in quite a higher standard position. I'm assuming that they would be on the way or close to the manor. So.
You can see the manor pretty clearly from your position. In fact, it's an impressive place, sitting on a hill overlooking the village. Trotto Manor. You're guessing that it's probably the residence of the of the overseers of the village. from here you can see that the grounds are surrounded by low flagstone walls, mainly for decoration rather than actual defense.
Mm-hmm.
There are also outbuildings seen from here, barns, stables. You can hear animal sounds coming from the hill, so there are also probably animal pens. Not to mention housing for for overseers and servants of the manor. From here you can clearly see that the manor has 2 stories, like the bottom story and a single single story over it. Of course, the roof is not made from thatch. It's actually made from solid. What's the word? Not bricks. Slates.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, where's the sound of the training, or what sounds like training coming from?
Actually, it's coming from the manor.
And is there any signs of a smith
You
in
don't
town?
hear, neither you are smelling a smithy.
Okay. Where were you heading, Sally?
To the foaming mug, and
Did we not want to try selling some of the stuff?
yeah, but just as a general rule of thumb in RPGs, I always start at the end because we already have a recommendation. You know what I mean?
And Lucas
So
owes
they
me
might
a
be able to
drink.
tell us where everything is. Yeah,
Well, Lucas isn't
And we-
here to pay for
we
it.
probably want hot food, to be honest. If we've been on the road for a few days.
Yeah, I'm just carrying a bunch of stuff and. Right. All right. Well, to the inn then, Sally.
So you are making your way towards the inn.
Yeah.
You are walking through the village, which I've already described. On the map, you can see that. Actually, no. Roll for perception. I'm not going to give it to you too easily.
Perceptionized.
How did it went?
I failed.
Sean?
I'm about ready to roll it. I'm just trying to.
I failed as well.
And we have Gennaro with us, too.
Gennaro is too busy being an emo to roll.
I failed.
Alright, so only Sally passed.
Nobody.
No, I failed, too, but I'll use the luck if nobody else does.
Well, okay.
Okay, there we go.
Oh, there you go.
Right, Sally, as you are making your way through the village, you've noticed that the villages of Turtledorf can probably be divided into groups. There are those who are more wealthy than the others, like wealthier peasants and poorer peasants. The wealthier peasants are actually dressed in, of course, better clothing, still clothing, fit for commoner, but of better quality. They also look suitably more healthy, much well fed. Their cottages are also in a better condition. And then there are the poorer villagers, much more thinner, dressed in poor quality clothing, so to speak, with holes and ribs everywhere. Their faces more gaunt. Their cottages more in need of urgent repair. A few times even, you saw on the road that a wealthier villager actually cursed at his poorer neighbor, cried something like, "Get out of my way, scoundrel," and shoved him aside. And the poor wretch just looked down at his feet and quickly quickly made his way as further away from his richer neighbor as possible. You know, you can roll for Common Knowledge Empire.
Fail.
Fail. All right.
Only Sally.
Because he saw that.
Okay, got it.
That said, Vincent, my man. Now, when you actually reach the village green, which is in the middle of the map, and you also see, the small like lake at the very center of it, and the river. Vincent, you've noticed a pretty young girl smiling demurely at you. She's very pretty, actually, although she's a country bumpkin. She has nice, long blonde hair, a ruddy face, full lips, and suddenly you see that her smile stiffens in a rictus of death as she falls in slow motion to the ground. You see the sky suddenly darkened, and the cold wind, which is the wind. You don't know where did the word came from, but you're hearing though the same. Shaish blows an amethyst chill of death in the air. The crops wither in the field. The children stop in their muddy tracks and collapse to the ground. The women drop their baskets of bread, which breaks open and releases swarms of flies. The ghostly voices of children singing, "Ring around the rosy, a pocket full of posies, ashes, ashes," is heard, and then the village is silent, desolate, lifeless.
Are we in London?
Of course, as you blink, you return to normal. The village around you is full of life. The girl still smiling at you and making her way, towards whatever chores he has to do. You know what it is. It's a vision.
I want to stop in my tracks.
Actually, guys, you don't even have to roll. You see that Vincent stopped, and he looks like, he simply looks in the distance in no clear direction.
I'm kind of looking around. My blunderbuss is kind of itchy. And I rest it over my forearm.
I want to kind of look down every street, kind of back at the Temple of Moor. Sally, why don't you go ahead? I want to check something. And I just, without waiting for a reply, I'm going to start walking back towards the Temple of Moor.
Oh, what came over him, eh?
Did you see it too?
What's he? See what?
Or was that just Vincent that had that, or we all had that?
No, only Vincent.
Oh, okay, never mind. I thought that was all of us.
No, I've said that.
Rate these notes.
Yeah, I've.
Like we all had this vision.
I've deliberately said that only Vincent sees it.
Okay.
Besides, guys, if the old world was actually based on like medieval Renaissance England, it would be quite different. Like, hello, governor, you could saw some shit, eh?
That's a little more.
I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna watch
Mary
Vincent
Poppins.
then.
I'm Mary Poppins, y'all.
Exactly. Okay, Sally, you see that Vincent is making his way towards the Temple of Moor.
So I'm gonna butt in right here. I thought they were literally just gonna do some trading and come back, and we were gonna continue on. I was clearly foolish. So I think
After
I think Lucas is going to wake up from his nap and be bored and wander into the town looking for him.
Okay, so you are exiting the coach.
Yeah.
Olesia is making sure that all of the provisions are safely packed. She sends a glance your way, but doesn't say anything. So where are you going?
Just following in the direction they left in, looking for him. It's not that big of a town, so.
Yeah, and I mean, as you do so, you see that Vincent is making his way back towards the temple.
do I see Lucas?
Yeah, you see. By the way, remember that there are people on the streets that you can walk to and speak with if you wish so.
Yeah, I'm gonna. If I see Lucas in the distance, I'm gonna kind of stare at him a little suspiciously.
Okay.
And just kind of looking for a response.
Okay.
Like some kind of recognition.
Okay. If I see him, I wave at him.
Yeah, well, you see him.
Okay, I'm gonna kind of nod and wait for him to I guess get closer, and I'm gonna ask him. Did you notice anything coming into town?
Nope.
Okay. Right. Sally, they went down that street. Apparently that's where the inn is. I'm kind of just looking around at the same time.
Well, you see
going
people
to,
I thought
walking.
Sally was the one who was crazy.
You see people walking back and forth, doing their stuff, preparing to go back to work or working. Really, well, no, ordinary things in the village.
I'm just going to. I'll meet you guys down there. I'm just going to take a minute and kind of gesture over to the Temple of Moor.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna. If he pointed me to where the rest of them were, I'm gonna go in that direction.
Okay. Sally and Leopold, are you staying put or are you going somewhere?
We were
I'm
headed for
going
a drink, I thought.
Yeah, the foaming mug inn.
Yeah.
Okay. So
If there's beers to be had, Leopold is close behind.
it's always a good idea. Okay, so you're going there. Lucas, you are following them.
Yeah.
So
Wherever.
following in their general direction.
Yeah, wherever the accursed Dario sent me.
Yeah, exactly that.
Vincent, sorry.
Of course. Vincent, you've made your way to the Temple of Moor. What now?
I'm going to go inside, do the proper Morite gesture, probably the salute, and see if there's any priests or if there's any rituals, or just trying to get a vibe of if everything is familiar or if something seems out of place. Yeah, just kind of investigating the temple. Seeing, and then of course if there's a priest of Moor, I'm going to approach and speak with them.
Okay. Very well. As you're making your way to the temple, you see that outside a couple of probably temple servants are they're burying someone in one of many graves surrounding this place. They as you approach, they look at you and they smile, nodding their heads. like I said, the temple is pretty solidly built, although it's nothing special, of course. It's a typical, it's your typical, small village temple of Mor. There's of course the symbol of the gate of Mor, of white and black portcullis. So, yeah, nothing too fancy. And as as you make your way to the entrance, you can also see that there are solidly looking double doors leading inside. Okay.
Yep, I'm going to proceed inside.
Very well. Wait a second. Okay, so you know what? Let's take a few minutes break, okay? Because I need to refill my mug and to make a couple other things. All right. So 5-minute break.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Cool.
Okay.
We are back.
Jason,
Yes.
wanted to ask you a question. A couple of questions. Because I didn't know you actually painted with oils. Would you want to? And if not, that's totally cool. I'm fine with that. But I guess I'm wanting a background for some miniature photos, and I want it to have that painted look. And in addition to that, the backdrops, like the model train backdrops and stuff, are all like too bright and sunny.
Mhm.
I could send you some pictures of kind of more what I'm thinking of, but it would probably be like 14 inches wide by anywhere between 7 and 12 inches tall, like just kind of a generic, kind of slightly overcast nature scene, some trees in the background, stuff like that. Would that be something you could do, would do, and would want to do?
Time-wise, I'm not quite sure.
And that's totally fine if
Yeah.
there's no. I just I don't want to watch a bunch of Bob. I have to watch a bunch of Bob Ross on Netflix to figure out how to do it myself. So
Yeah. Well, that's what I've been doing. I just started picking up painting again. So that was like my second painting
Yeah, it's really cool.
in like the last decade. So it might be something I can do, but it's one of those like I have no idea when I'll be able to get it to you.
yeah, that's no big deal. Like I said, I thought I would ask because again, I have no artistic talent for that kind of thing. And just thought I'd ask. Yeah, again, no is a totally appropriate answer.
Now, is that something you'd want like physically, like I'll mail it to you type of thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like I said, it's not a big deal. I just thought I would ask.
Okay. Well, if you send me kind of an idea of what you want, I can kind of see if that's something that would take a lot of time, or if that's something I can do quick enough to where it's not taking
Right.
up weekends and stuff.
Oh yeah, because I can't afford to pay you what that would cost. So,
Yeah.
what taking up weekends and all your free time, that would be that would put it out of my price range. So,
Well, I don't ever charge for anything, so
No, I-
that wouldn't be the case. But there is a time. Yeah, there's so much I can invest. Actually, sketches take probably. I feel like sketches take longer than paintings.
Hmm.
It's not. It's not the case, but yeah. But yeah, you could send me some stuff, and I can kind of see if that's something I feel like I could do quickly.
okay,
'Cause-
cool. Yeah, I've got a bunch of PDFs of old White Dwarfs, so I'll kind of find some like
'Cause
what they've already done to kind of send as an idea.
Like, I'm getting back into things, so I'm trying to relearn some stuff. So if that's something I feel like, well, might be something for practice or something, I might try doing it, that type of thing. And then treat it as a study, then get it out to you. But yeah, it's one of those things where I'll have to wait for an opportunity.
Yeah. Like I said, it's not. I just thought I'd ask. I'll worst comes to worst, I'm probably just gonna start watching a bunch of Bob Ross videos on Netflix and see if I can't figure it out myself. But because it looks like, from what I've looked at from other people explaining how they do it, I don't actually think it's that hard. It's more of just I'd probably have to do 3 or 4 until I got one I was happy with.
Yeah.
You know. As bad as my wife could totally do it. She's an artist, but we got 3 little kids. We have no time for any of that. So
yeah, time is my biggest constraint. But yeah, like Bob Ross, he does those things in a half hour.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's pretty amazing.
yeah. But like I said, nothing too complicated. But like I'll dig through these electronic whiteboards that I've gotten, do some screen captures or something, and send them to you.
Okay.
I've got some other ideas for some other kind, because I want to have more backdrops, and like I've airbrushed some, and they're all right, but they're not great. But there's also there's this Czech lady that made like a 3D backdrop that is just totally awesome, that I want to kind of emulate as well. But for a different type of project for photos, but yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, yeah, game wise, I was kind of fishing to see if anybody would question me, but I guess no one kind of really did.
Well, good news
Before I
is
walked.
it doesn't look like we went back in time again. So
Yeah, I just got a little worried when I was like, and I'm going to enter, and Mike was like, oh, all right, take 5. I was like, oh crap, where am I going? But we'll see. Sorry, what were you saying, Sean?
Oh, I'm just looking through my inventory. I didn't include a spear in my inventory, but I'm trying to remember if we still had those or not.
I had a spear that we had in the safe house.
Right.
So, and I never used it because I had the sword and we were sneaking around. Same thing with the shield. So I imagine anything we brought with us to the safe house and stored there, we would have been able to get back. So
yeah.
I still have my spear. I'm gonna
Well,
try.
I think we
selling
could
it.
still sell off like more the simpler weapons here, because these are all like peasants, and they probably don't have any line of like protection in their homes. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, here's a sword, short sword,
Yeah.
or here's a club or a spear. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's spears, or they can be used for hunting. They can be used for.
But they might be willing to give up like an heirloom or like a horse or something. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
That might be worth asking around.
Well, the main issue I'm having is that I am, if I'm actually carrying all my stuff, I am way, way, way over.
That's my issue. It's like I have a best quality sword, or a spear. So
Mhm.
it's like the spear is never going to be used at this point. So might as well get rid of it.
And I'm not even sure I have a dagger anymore or not, though. Would that be safe to assume that we still have those, or?
I mean, yeah, daggers are like dime a dozen. You probably have one from the siege.
Yeah.
I mean, even if it's not a dagger, it's a long knife.
Yeah, like
Well, no,
It's
no, no.
something you
I
would
mean,
never get rid of just because you use it camping, even. You know what I mean?
yeah. All right, I'll add it back. But yeah, so I'm at like I supposedly have a carrying capacity of like 450, and right now I'm at 792.
Holy, what? Oh, you got crossbows and stuff, right?
I have 2 crossbows.
Oh my god,
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
that's-
you gotta sell some of that.
yeah.
Well,
Like,
yeah.
I'm debating on getting rid of the shield. I have like a best quality sword has the defensive skill,
Right.
or has the defensive trait. So I don't think I need to have 2 defensive weapons. So I'd rather have the sword, and then I could use the dagger. Granted, I won't have the bonus against being shot at, but
Right.
I just don't have that kind of weight.
Yeah, I need to get rid of this spear too, because it's like, so now I'm at with adding the spear in, and actually I need to double check that I've got that formula right. No, of course not. Yeah, I'm up to now I think 852. So 402 over my, if I'm carrying it, that is.
Yeah.
402 over my encumbrance.
Yeah, I'm over encumbered by let me because I didn't take the handgun with me. That's on the cart.
Because it's
Hopefully
your
I don't
strength.
regret
It's your strength times 10
Yeah.
plus 50, right?
Yeah, I'm 76 over my normal score, which means I'm like 26 over the 50 limit. So I am over encumbered, but not crazily. Like, not like I was intending to offload this stuff. So I'm just kind of making my way through town. But
Yeah, I'm trying to decide if having the because I've been dual wielding a hammer and a gladius, and maybe I just need to get rid of the hammer because it's 50 encumbrance of
yeah, having a second hand weapon is good, but like you could use the dagger to the same effect, I think.
Right, exactly.
Hey,
That's I'm getting kind of, I'm metagaming.
Hey Sean, do you have a secret language thief?
Yes, I do.
You do, so we could talk and nobody else can understand us. Hell yeah.
So yeah, I was waiting for one of you 2 guys to question me as I was walking away.
I mean,
But
you've been kind of getting weird with this more thing anyway, so like, I don't, like, you know what I mean? I'm like, oh, I guess he's having a thing, okay. You know what I mean? Like, I knew something was going on, but I'm like, okay, he's...
Yeah, he's weirding.
Oh, it's Vincent.
Yeah.
Typical Vincent.
Yeah.
Okay,
Curse,
guys.
that curse is going to his head.
It's kind of crazy now after the whole zombie dragon thing.
Zombie Dragon was awesome.
I'm still pissed that my Sigmar's Fury shot bounced off of whatever force field she had. That sucks.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going back. Vincent.
Cool.
Actually, you see that there are 3 men bearing the body in the temple's common graveyard. 2 gravediggers and someone who's obviously a priest. He's dressed in black, has a long dark cloak to protect him from the elements. He has thin grey beard and mustache. He looks kinda tired, honestly. Of course, there's a prayer book hanging from his belt. His cloak, as you move closer, you see his cloak is pretty tattered. And his boots are worn. The gravediggers, again, give you that they lean on their shovels and smile with the look of those who know that someday everyone, rich or poor, will find their way into the same dark and loamy hole, which is the common grave of mankind. The priest approaches you and sends out a greeting. Hail, traveler.
Do you have a
Yeah.
moment? And I kind of, with the implications of some privacy, as I kind of look at the other two people working.
I do. I'm Morbius, the local priest of Mor. And you are?
Vincent. And I kind of, am I standing at the door at this point?
You are. If you are standing on the door, you are standing near the door. If that's what you're asking.
I'm going to kind of gesture towards the door and see if he takes the invitation.
All right. He does. He leads you through the door inside the temple, which is very like raw in its appearance. You know, there are two lines of columns to the left and right. There's a small altar at the very end, and you see that there are coffins. Actually, there are 8 coffins in the top right corner. Also, there are no windows here. It's very gloomy. Incense is burning in small stands, which have been positioned behind the columns. The whole place, honestly, gives you the creeps.
Yes.
Well,
I don't know if I'm recognizable as a follower of Moore, but I'm going to.
I don't know. I don't
No,
think that you are, honestly.
Okay. I've been in service of Moore for some time, and I saw something in the town today.
What was it?
I only just arrived.
I understand.
It was a vision.
A vision? Are you an ogre in that case, good sir?
An augur?
Augur, A-U-G-E-R.
Yeah.
So,
It's like a seer.
soothsayer, a seer,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Person who tells the future.
Now,
I mean, don't get me wrong, brother, in faith, but visions are not to be taken lightly.
there are those who say I am. Others would call it a dreamwalker.
I've never heard that.
Okay, wait, now he has to roll.
Wait, why did I roll? I didn't hit anything.
What?
It just rolled dice for me, and I didn't hit anything.
Yeah. Okay, I need to check his intelligence. A dreamwalker, you say? I've never heard of this sect, perhaps?
I'm going to kind of nod in understanding that, not the academic type. But, is something ailing this town?
Why are you asking?
Well, as I said before, I saw something very eerie in the commons.
No, this town is healthy, thriving. I mean, of course, people work hard here, and our bailiff makes sure that we meet our quotas to the knights.
Does he have the same demeanor of other Knights of Moor I've come across? He seems to be a bit more, open and positive than every Knight of Moor I've experienced.
You mean that priest?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes. Well, he's more of a country priest. They're usually not that intense.
Okay, so I don't see anything out of the ordinary.
No.
Okay. All right. Well,
it's nothing, too outlandish, honestly.
And assuming that we're the only two in the temple at the time, I'm gonna kind of lower my voice and tell him what I saw, and assure him that this is more than just the crying of a madman, as it may seem to some.
That's it's a very disturbing thing you are speaking about, good sir. I will need to meditate on this matter. I will ask you to do the same. We are peaceful people, living here. Nothing to. We don't look for trouble. We're just trying to get by. Perhaps you might want to speak with a few villages, discover by yourself what I'm talking about. Xathrodox is a village at peace. And of course we would all like for it to stay that way, if you catch my drift. Do you catch my drift?
Yes.
Thank you. I knew that you understand. Very well, look. If you find anything else, then by all means come to me and speak to me about it. We are, after all, brothers in faith, united by more. But now I need to speak my final prayers for this poor soul, wandering beggar, whom I've just buried here. So I will excuse you.
Can I get the impression that he's taken it seriously, or is he just kind of being the old insert random prayer here, go along about your day?
Well, you're guessing that a complete stranger, walking to a guy and saying that he has visions and that it's dangerous, was probably not the best idea that you ever had.
Well, no, I was, if he knew what I guess what I knew then,
of course,
or if he was a more educated priest of more, then I think.
Well, remember one thing: he doesn't look like an idiot. He looks like an educated man. He is a priest.
Oh.
You should also tell him that the sheep are chaos dwarves in disguise.
Yeah, that's a good one.
All right.
But of course he's polite and he's he's honestly, genuinely, or at least seems to be a nice person, So he's not telling you to go and fuck off. He's just telling you to stop talking strange things.
All right. Well, I guess that's all the assistance I'm going to get from him. So I'm going to
the tavern.
Start making my way back to the tavern, and just kind of my perspective of the village is, dramatically changed. So I'm really keeping an eye out now, kind of just trying to read things from people's faces, just trying to. I'm very suspicious of everything at this point.
All right.
As I move down to the inn.
Cool. Lucas. Remember that you don't really know where the inn is. Are you going to ask someone?
I'm not in any rush, so I figure you can usually tell an inn from a house, and I know the general direction, so, I'll just keep my eye out for it until I see it.
Alright, so roll for perception, I guess.
Did it roll? Ah, there it goes.
Yeah.
There it goes.
Roll is sometimes like freezing for a bit.
I went in a complete circle.
Oh,
When did I get to the Gray Mountains?
yeah. Well, you are
That'd be a botch.
you are walking around the village. There are farm hovels everywhere, you know, but you don't really see any tavern. You of course spot the manor on the hill. You see the village green, common green, as it is known in the Empire villages. But yeah.
Do I feel like I've missed it, or do I feel like I just haven't walked?
Well, you feel like you're a stranger in a new place, and you don't really know where the buildings are right now.
Maybe I will ask somebody.
Right. All right. So you are, like I said, there are many people. Most of them preparing the fields for the new season of harvest. But others, are looking after animals, or cooking food, speaking to one another. Yeah, basically your typical village life. So you are going to one of the villagers and simply ask.
Yeah.
All right. So just let me do the roll. Sorry for that, just a few minutes. Yeah. Alright. You walk over to one of the farmers. A well-built lad who's carrying a small casket of, you're guessing, ale. He looks at you suspiciously, since you're a stranger. Aye, what can I help you with?
I give him a what province are we in right at the moment?
Hochland.
Auckland. Okay. In that case, I just give him a standard greeting, like, hello, mein Herr. Do you know where give me the name of the tavern?
You don't really remember the name.
Okay.
I don't even think I know the name.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Good afternoon, mein Herr.
Yes,
do you know-
I've heard that.
Do you know where
It's good.
sorry. Do you know where the nearest inn is?
Well, good sir, we only have one in this place. It's called Foaming Mag, and it's down that road, southwest corner of our place. It's being run by a strange fellow, mind you. I think he's not from the Empire, honestly. Well, anyway.
Thank you very much, sir, and head off in the direction he sent me.
Sigmar, watch over you go. And with that, he bows and goes in his direction. With the knowledge gleaned from the peasant, you know where the Foaming Mag is, and you make your way there. But first, we have Leopold and Sally. You've reached the Foaming Mag. You see that it is a two-story inn. It's actually completely made from stone, so wealthy and shit. There are a few people standing outside with mugs of steaming ale, the smell of which hits your noses, and well, I'm not going to say if it's nice or not, because I don't know if you guys like hot beer or not, but it's up to you. However, there is also the smell of freshly prepared food, and that's really something, After a few days on the road, eating field rations, from time to time cooking some dried meat, making porridge. Yeah, you're in for a treat. At least, if your noses are not deceiving you. You entered the place, I presume.
Yes.
There is
I walk
singing.
right up to the bar.
Yeah, there is a bit of singing, although you're guessing that more of it will be, will take place during the evening, where people are, when people tend to relax after a hard day's work. Inside, you see that there's that the rooms are on the second floor. There are only 4 of them. The place is very tidy. There are only 6 tables, but they look sturdy and solid, and few of them even have racks, or like small carpets under them, so to speak. There's a fireplace with a few pokers, placed right next to it. Of course, there are a few people here, taking a break from their chores at the fields, and there's the owner, a man that really looks impressive, so to speak. He's dressed very colorfully. He's dressed in purple and red, and has a wide-brimmed hat with a feather. He also has you don't even need to roll. He also has a Thailand-like mustache, or maybe a stallion. As you walk in, he greets you personally. Hello, I'm Remas the innkeeper. Welcome to the Foaming Mug. How may I help you?
I tip my hat to him. Like, what kind of accent is it?
Thailand.
Oh, I want to speak to him in Thailand then.
All right.
Good day, sir. I'm Odo Rumpins. It's good to see a fellow paisano.
Oh, welcome. Do I hear the Lucchini accent in your voice, my friend?
I nod and kind of nudge Gennaro. He doesn't get a whole lot of opportunity to.
I'm a Sartosian myself, but I've been calling Empire my home for many years now. This is my wife, Gilda, and our 2 boys, Luigi and Gambini.
I take my hat off and kind of, hey.
Yeah, you see that Gilda is a very beautiful woman. She's dressed in very, for the Empire, very skimpy clothing. She's got long auburn hair and green eyes. She obviously favors low-necked bodices. And her legs are almost completely bare, from knees up. Something that is not common in the Empire at all.
What is the owner's name again?
The owner's name is Remas. Remas. The 2 young boys, Luigi and Gambini, who probably are not older than 5, maybe 6 years old, look at you, Gennaro and Leopold, in silent awe, and just nod their heads. Welcome, my Nathan, welcome. So, my friends, how can I help you? I have 4 rooms, which I can offer you,
Are we staying, or?
We don't
we
get
just had
many
an hour and a
visitors
half?
here, so they're all yours if you wish to. Rent them, of course.
Are we
There's
staying
only-
overnight, or is it just for an hour and a half, I thought?
I think if we were to stay overnight,
Wait.
we're supposed to give a message.
Vincent is not there.
I know.
You can speak to Leopold about that.
Yeah, Leopold, are we staying? I thought we were just doing this for an hour and a half, and we had to get back on the coach.
Leopold? Sean?
Sorry, on mute.
I was like,
had
they got
pearls
to him. They
I
got
had
to him.
pearls of wisdom that I was laying on you guys. My understanding was that we were just in town to try to sell some of our gear and get a drink. That's what I recall. Discussing with Alessia before we left.
We might take you up on those rooms later. We have to talk to our wagon driver. But what are these drinks with the steaming drinks here?
You see that the grimace came over his face, but he quickly masked it. Oh, that is the famous Stilllander beer. You know, they like it hot, and some people, some people that are living here, they've descended from Stillland, I believe, or maybe it was that we had a few Stillland merchants one season, and yeah, I had to change my my repertoire of drinks, so to speak. Anyway, I've been serving this beer ever since. Of course, if you want, I can always give you a cold one.
I'll try what the locals are having. I think Esmeralda would frown upon me if I declined the local culture's culinary exploits.
Haha, very well. So you want one mug of hot ale, and you, good sirs, what would you like to get?
Is this coming out of the war chest, Sally?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'll have a cold beer, please.
A cold one, very well. And you, my dour friend? Oh, sure, you dour friend, you asshole. Excuse me, I didn't quite catch that. You see that Gennaro is probably in no mood, no mood for jokes, so to speak. The bar owner looks at you, Sally, and with this look, whether should I inquire some more or should I just leave him alone?
I kind of wave my hand to him, just like, don't worry about it. You have any fare from the old country?
No, not really. I've been out of Thalia for many years now. Like I said, Empire is my new home. Grazie, grazie.
And no sausage and peppers or anything?
No, not really. My wife here, Gilda, she makes excellent goulash. And I'm used to, the local cuisine, probably more than our own, Italian right now. I don't even miss the macaroni or pizza. Actually, funny story, pizza was invented during the Renaissance era, so it's not out of place for me to speak it. By the way, my young little friend, have you ever heard the story about the village of Valentino and their famous pie?
No, what's that?
You've never heard of Valentino? Well, you see, I've been told this story when I was still in Thalia. There's this village at the very southern end of our glorious country. It's called Valentino, and people there are known for preparing the finest pizza in all of the world, really. Yeah, there's even this festival that takes place once a year. So anyway, there was this young lad. His name was Guillermo, and Guillermo always loved to travel. Eventually, he became a famous explorer, and he traveled to the west, where he supposedly set his foot on some hellish jungle continent, full of dangers and many wonders. And he brought many wonders with him, you see. He brought gold, he brought tobacco, and he also brought some strange foreign fruit. And you see, old Guillermo, he was also, he fancied himself a cook, a master cook. So he decided to change his folk culinary traditions. And for the annual pizza festival, he introduced a pie with one of the fruit put on it. It was called, I believe, pineapple. And he said, "Last run for everyone!" And the people tried the spy, and well, they've hanged him. Because apparently to them it was like a
Bunch
sacrilege.
of heathens they are.
Blasphemous.
Yes, indeed. And I've heard that it's a sure way to get yourself killed if you ever visit that village. If you ever visit this place
Likely so.
and cry out loud, "Last stand for everyone," then they will gut you. Just a funny story from home. I like to tell my customers.
I don't see a problem with pineapple on pizza.
Do you have any meat pies?
Of course I do. Gilda makes excellent meat pies.
Meat pies for everyone.
Excellent. Please sit, and I will bring you some. All right, Lucas, you are still trying to find the place. Roll second time, but this time you have, of course, a much bigger bonus because it's easier to find this place after
This
you.
time I don't need it.
Yeah. Oh. You've spotted the place. It is at the southwestern end of the village. And along the way, you've met Vincent, who was also making his way there. And apparently he doesn't want to talk to
Excuse
you.
me.
I want to comment
yeah, I
that,
guess we're.
the hot ale is. I'm glad I've tried it, but I will not try it again.
Yeah. So,
And I kind of set it down.
Vincent and Leopold, are you going there together?
Lucas.
Sorry,
but,
Lucas and Leopold. No.
But yeah,
Lucas and Vincent. My God, sorry.
I want to say I don't have a good feeling about this place, Lucas.
Good to know.
Keep
Good
your
to know.
eyes out.
Will do.
Then, yeah, I guess still heading to the inn, I guess. Just go inside and locate the others.
Yeah,
Yep.
you've made your way to the inn without any problems. Like I've said before, the Foaming Mug is a pretty well-built inn. Sturdy looking, and with fantastic smells coming from inside. And that's what's important when you go to a place where you can eat something.
All right. If Leopold's around, I'm going to kind of whisper to him.
You walk inside and you see, of course, your friends eating a couple of very tasty-looking and smelling pies.
Okay.
Okay, sorry. And your friends see you.
I want to go over, sit down next to Leopold, and whisper. I sense this place has the same fate as Solent. And kind of look at his reaction.
Solent? Like, that's not good.
Then, yeah, I'm just kind of looking around after that.
A couple of folks who are also in this place, they are giving you strange looks. Like a mixture of distrust and, of course, interest.
I'm gonna get a cold beer and a meat pie.
All right.
By the way.
Yeah, I guess with a full mouth, I'm going to kind of wave to the people and say, "Hey, how's it going, townsfolk?"
They okay. They look at you with strange looks.
I want to walk up to the bar and talk to the owner again.
Okay, Leopold, roll for
Fellowship?
Roll for fellowship, but with a minus 20%.
Minus 20.
Yeah.
You're
He's
from
my-
Westland.
All right. That's not going to go over so well. I've only got a 38, so we'll see what happens.
Botch?
Would have been nice. No, not a bunch. Just it's not a success.
Mm.
I got a 31 out of 38.
You foreigners got lots of questions. Why can't you leave honest folk alone?
Wait, wouldn't 31 out of 38 be a success?
He made?
Not with a minus 20.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Sorry, I'm eating my meat pie.
You know, one of them said to you with a rather harsh voice. But you know, it's not like he's overly hostile. He just doesn't really want to speak to you.
He obviously doesn't know how many men I've killed.
Obviously. Yeah, you know, the others just look at you, look at him, continue to drink, speak quietly between themselves. Life goes on. Sally goes to speak with the bar owner. Anyone else does something?
I'm gonna wait on my beer and meat pie.
Alright. Leopold, roll for intelligence, please.
I'm gonna pass on food.
Alright.
Sorry, I was trying to unmute and then something happened. Intelligence, got it. That is a success.
Alright. You're guessing that in this kind of situations, if you buy them a beer, they would probably be more subject.
That's what I was gonna do actually.
You know.
Honestly, I'm too cheap to buy them a beer, though.
Of course.
Yeah. Leopold recognizes it and then goes back to his drinking.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do anyway, like out of character. So.
Yeah. Okay. So Sally, you're approaching the bar. The owner looks at you with a friendly face. Yes, my little friend. How can I help you?
I've always found that a free beer will lighten the mood anywhere. So can we quietly get a round on the house, or the round for the house on me?
Of course. No problem at all. No problem at all.
Okay,
Round on
let's-
the house for everyone, courtesy of this halfling
Ah,
over
jeez.
here. You
I
know.
kind of put my hand up. I kind of like I didn't want him to say it was from me, but
You know, the other people in the inn just look at you and are like, thank you, thank you, sir, halfling, sir. You know, they're of course very happy that they can drink.
so
At your
this inn
expense.
came highly recommended on the road. We met somebody from here.
Oh really? Who was that?
It was a knight. I think his name was Sir Dumbass. I want to say it like that, like it might be my accent, but like I might just have it wrong. But he does.
Oh, Sir Dambas.
Yes, dumbass. Yeah.
Sir Dambas is a fine man. He's a good custodian of this village. He put bailiff Grozny to watch over us. They're making a fine job. One of the villagers says.
I kind of raised my glass.
They also raise theirs as they've been, given their drinks by the owner's wife.
I'm going to tell Lucas and Leopold that I'm going to wait outside. Or I'll be outside. And I'm just going to kind of get up and go outside.
All right. So you're making your way outside. You guys are staying. Anyone else wants to speak with someone, do something?
What sort of protection do you have for the inn, sir?
Protection? I don't need no any protection, sir. Bailiff Grozny and his Kislevites are protecting our village, and we are under the stewardship of the Knights of the Raven. Besides, we don't get many dangers around here. Sometimes a few beastmen will come out of the woods, but nothing too serious.
Well, I have a few weapons for sale if I could interest you in any.
Oh,
Thing is, I'm already running up a tab here.
oh, thank you, Sir Halfling, but personally I don't really need any weapons, I think. You may speak with Bailiff and his men, maybe they will be interested. Or speak with few of the villagers. But like I said, Not too many weapons are needed.
Thanks for the tip.
in
And
total- here in
be sure to
total
pour
those-
yourself a drink on me too.
I will, but after I finish walking. I never drink during walk, you see. Just a personal thing, really.
We
I kind
did
of look at him
hear.
strangely when he says that and nod and walk back to the table.
Leopold?
Sorry, I was just thinking out loud. We did hear some sounds of what sounded sort of like weapons training or something a while
Yeah.
back, but that was I don't know where on the map that was. We've already passed it
Manor.
quite a bit.
Northeast.
Okay. Okay. So we came in near 4, and the manor is number 6, maybe. If I'm reading that correctly.
I'll check
Yes.
it out very clearly.
Yeah,
Yes, it is.
yeah. So
it is.
it's that thumb or whatever sticking out to the northeast corner there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Remus said the bailiff might be somebody that'd be interested in buying some weapons.
Mm-hmm.
We could always use more coin, says Gennaro.
I see
well-
the foaming mug is completely on the other side of town.
Yeah.
It's not that big though, but yeah.
I'm gonna finish my pie and head over there, I think.
Yeah, cash money. Let's see if we can wheel and deal with this guy.
Sally, by the way, beer for everyone costs you 10 pennies.
10 pennies, and what about the food and our drinks?
Oh, so make it a shilling then.
1 shilling? Okay.
Well, while I'm outside waiting, I want to kind of kick into the dirt and see what's under the first couple layers of dirt. See if anything creepy crawling is coming out.
No, you kick the dirt. There's more dirt. But nothing, nothing strange, nothing weird, honestly. Yeah.
Then I'll be just waiting for everybody else.
Cool.
Looking
And then
around.
Vincent's stomach growls and he realizes he's not having a very good time right now.
Yeah, well, you are a bit,
Yeah.
you are a bit hungry, Vincent. Just so you
Yeah.
know.
And he hears Sally laughing, having a good time inside.
That too. Anyway. Mm. So you're not speaking to anyone, Sally. No, you're not speaking to anyone else. No one's speaking to anyone else. You finished your meal, and then you leave.
Yeah.
All right.
Go see the bailiff.
Yeah, these people aren't very nice. Just like Wissenland.
Well, something like that. Outside, Vincent waits for you. You see that he's kicking the dirt with his feet. Vincent, your friends are emerging from the tavern. You know, they are clearly much more happy now that they've eaten something and drunk something too. So, where to now?
So Vincent, you said you had some weapons to sell.
Yeah.
I might know a guy.
Up by the manor. Hinting
bailiff.
that, the bailiff. Right. You want to cut across the common pastures? I wanna ask somebody a question.
Sure. Lead the way.
Sure. Why not?
So you mean about the common green?
Yeah, the common pastures.
Yeah.
Is that? I'm gonna try to, if I see that lady that I saw in the vision, if I can pick her out, I kind of want to ask her a couple questions.
All right. You're making your way to the common pasture. As you make their way along the village roads, you see a man dressed in heavy leathers and furs, with a fierce mustache, harassing a young maiden. You see, you see, you see that he's like shaking her by the arm. Oh, come on! Sorry. Come on now, pretty. Come on, give old Ilya a kiss. No, I don't want to. She says, and she tries to get away. He just lets her go as he sees you approaching, because he's kind of in your way. He's like, what are you? And he never manages to finish the sentence, as a bullet goes crashing through his head. The man falls to the ground. Half of his head is missing. You've heard the gunshot, of course. It was coming from your far left. The girl screams and runs away screaming. You can also hear other people screaming as well. Wailing in horror. What are you doing? I mean, obviously you are.
I'm dropping to the ground.
Yeah, diving for cover.
All right.
Well, at first I was like, man, they got some strong laws, but if everybody else is running, then it's probably more than just a very strict sheriff. So, yeah, I'm going to run to, I guess, behind the nearest house.
All right. You are all taking cover, running around, running to the nearest buildings, trying to get out of the way of being potentially, sniped.
Yeah.
Fortunately, there are no more shots coming. No one else is shooting at you. Finally, of course, a small crowd has gathered around the dead man, and you can hear people talking. It was one of the overseers. He's dead. Grozny will never forgive us for this. But it's not our fault. But he won't care. It's not like they're already treating us like slaves. And people are like saying things like that. They're obviously very terrified, very very concerned. The dead man, you can see, he had he was dressed in brown tunic and brown leather breeches. He had a huge double-handed axe on his back, tattered cloak, and a whip coiled at his hip. Actually, he was named Kazimir, not Ilya, so you may want to scratch that. My bad.
So are they saying an overseer got shot, or an overseer made the shot?
Shot somebody.
Overseer got shot.
Yeah.
Got shot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's not okay.
Who shot him?
How do we know? Maybe it was you, dirty foreigners.
Hey, listen, buddy. Oh, hold on.
Coming to our town.
You're right. It probably was him.
Coming to our town, being all smug like. We know your type, eh?
Did you not just get a round of beer? Or head back to the inn and ask for a round of beer on me. I got a tab going.
And now they want to bribe us.
I want to pull out my pistol. I want to pull out my pistol and be like,
oh God.
You have to ask yourself one question. Did I fire one shot or 0 shots?
The people.
How many shots do I have left in this muzzle loader?
The people in this, the people when they saw that you're pulling the pistol are like, oh! And of course, all of them took 5 steps back.
I take 1 step to the side, away, in the opposite direction from him too.
Yeah.
Like if somebody just got shot, I don't want to be associated with the guy pulling a gun.
That's the weapon. That's the weapon. He used to kill the overseer.
Yeah. I try to look off into the field where I think the shot came from.
Okay. Roll for perception.
I point at Vincent and say, "It's the accursed Arios."
Really?
Get him, boys!
Like seriously?
Okay, my perception is
perception.
I think I succeeded.
Yeah.
I think I did.
Yeah. And Brian as well.
Yeah, I passed.
Oh, we were also. I thought it was just Sean that was rolling.
Yeah, actually, that was just Sean, so I don't know why
Oh.
the rest of you guys were rolling. Because
Oh,
only
okay.
he declared that.
Well,
he's
now I've
looking
rolled.
for the
Thanks.
shot. Sean,
I thought we were looking to see where the shot came from.
you can swear that the shot came from the hayfield to the left.
Right.
Of course, the fields are, there are a few stacks of hay here and there, but they're not yet full of crops. That will come later.
All right. Well, I say, I say, hey, hold on, everybody, before we get carried away. The young lady can attest. We just were walking up, and his head exploded. I think the shot came from over in the hayfield. We'll go check it out.
Casimir was attacking me, cries the girl. It was true. These men, they did not fire the shot. Ah, what do you know, eh? You're the village slut. Maybe you've already given them what they wanted, and now you're defending them, eh? Says one of the villagers. Basically, it's like these people want to have someone responsible, but they're not making any aggressive gestures towards you, mainly because they see that Vincent has a gun. And usually,
Yeah, my blunderbuss is like over my forearm, just kind of out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But, like, I
there's
carry
no
it that way,
secret
but I
that
could
we're
easily turn
armed.
Yeah, that's no secret at all. All right. So, are you making your way to the field?
I think we should go investigate
Yeah.
the field.
I think so.
Because I'm only asking because someone said that you will do that. So I just want to clarify if you will.
You saw something from the field, Leopold?
Yes, I believe that to be the case.
Cool.
Alright. I
All right,
want
let's
to
go
try.
check it out.
The blood splatter indicates.
The brain fragments,
Yeah.
fragments on the house over there indicate that the shot came from about a 45-degree angle.
Guys, I found residue here.
Yeah.
CSI Empire.
Wow.
It looks like. And I don't really have any joke with Caruso for that, so
Yeah, David Caruso. Yeah. So
so
just take your sunglasses off.
yeah, exactly. So
Looks like he really lost his head this time.
well, you could say that he lost his head. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. He had his mind on something else.
mainly on the ground. Anyway, you're making your way to the field. You can see on the map just how exactly it looks. There are haystacks everywhere. Well, not everywhere, but there are quite a few of them, and they're potentially perfect for a shooter to hide inside or behind one of them. You're searching, I presume, for the shooter. So everyone makes a perception test. Oh.
Andrew, use those ninja eyes.
Yeah.
Eyes of a scout.
Leopold and Lucas, you've eventually found a haystack, the side of which has been burned by a gunpowder discharge.
Okay.
And there are a few prints in the mud right next to it. Small prints, actually.
Small?
Yeah.
Do they look human?
What? Human?
Yeah, do they look human?
Lucas and Leopold found them, so unless they've told the rest of you, no, only they can.
That was Leopold that was asking you.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus, sorry.
It's okay.
sorry, Sean. Of course, yeah, they are. They do look human. They're just
Okay.
small.
Are you telling us about it or?
Yeah, I'm gonna wave. Hey guys, over here. There's some boot prints and some burned haystack.
Could they be dwarf? Like, or does it look like a?
No.
Does it look like a small human, or because halfling feet are huge?
No, they're like I said. They look like human. Well, you don't really know how the dwarf prints, look. You're not an expert on dwarfs.
Shall I roll my follow trail?
You can, sure.
This
This
chaos
prints
sheep.
just look small.
Oh.
You've made it? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, the trail follows north.
What say you, gentlemen? Shall we go see where this trail leads us?
Lead the way.
I think so.
If for no other reason than just to find whoever did it so that we don't get blamed.
Yeah. Well, whoever did it is probably well off if they're using a gunpowder weapon. And judging by that shot, probably has some training behind it.
Mhm.
So
Sigmar
be on
will
your...
protect me.
Yes, and if he doesn't, Laura will open his doors to you.
Such is the way of the world.
Ain't that
I do a
truth?
salute to more.
Alright. You're making salute to more. You follow the trail. The trail ends between the small farmsteads to the north of the hayfield. There, like I said, the ground is muddy, and many people come and go between these houses and this small, let me see this. Oh yeah, here it is. Between the houses and the small fields that each of the house actually has, and said fields are also protected by low stone walls. So, Leopold, you can try to continue the search, but it will be very, very hard.
Okay, I'll do what roll do I need to make?
All right, you want to continue rolling?
Yeah, I'd like to try to find this person if I can.
Okay,
So,
no problem.
Still follow trail.
Yeah.
Give it a shot. That would be no.
No.
Now, you said this is did you just say that's a low stone wall?
Yeah, very low.
I want to walk up and down a little bit on the other side to see if they got to the stone wall, walk down the stone. You know what I'm saying? Kind of to throw us off. So to look for some sign of that, whether it be dirt on the stone wall or footprints, on the other side, further down.
Perception, please. You've passed?
Pretty good.
Yeah. Assuming no modifiers.
No, you don't see anything. I mean, there's no indication that this person went over the wall.
Okay.
From behind you can hear a commotion. You look. You look around.
Yeah. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right. You see a man, a large young man, dressed in mail and heavily armed. He's got a long sword, shield on his back. He actually rides on a destrier with saddle and harness. Right next to him is a completely different-looking man, dressed in green robes, very elegant green robes, and having a staff that he leans on. He's about 30, maybe a bit older. You don't really know. They are also followed by a couple of men similar to the one that has been shot. There are 10 of them total. One of them actually is, he's carrying a double-handed sword in his arms. The others are carrying double-handed axes. They are all dressed in leather jacks. Despite the cold outside, they have their arms exposed, just like the overseer that has been shot. They also have strange furred hats. Olesia wears similar, similar hat sometimes when it's really cold on the road.
Kisovites, right?
You're guessing so. The rider rides right next to you. Are you the ones who saw what happened to my overseer?
Happened right in front of us.
I am Leonid Grozny, bailiff of this town.
We were actually on our way to see you before that happened.
This here is Magister von Schlecht from Narn, my advisor, and these are my men. We are the law in this place. Now, the villagers told me that it was you who killed Casimir. Is that true?
I
No.
chuckle when he says that.
Anything
Talk
funny?
to the girl. She was there.
The girl,
No. Go ahead.
the girl actually says that you are not to blame. And since she was the target of Casimir's affection, and he was well known for it, I am inclined to believe her. I think I know who shot my men. It was Katya Nadzov, a local woman. Went insane some time ago, killed her husband and his father, then ran away before we could apprehend her and deliver her to Justice's arms. As he says that, he looks towards the the young man with double-handed sword. I will offer you 100 gold crowns if you bring this sniper to justice. What say you?
I think
That
I
sounds
think
like,
you've got yourself some investigators.
Very well.
plus expenses, right?
No, actually, no, not. 100 gold crowns is a very generous offer, Halfling. Extremely generous in your current circumstances. I could very easily say that it was you who killed Casimir and have you all executed.
100 sounds good.
I know it does. Very well. Get to work. Report to me as soon as possible. I'm in the manor at the hill over there. Now, I have things to do.
You had
You free.
Where-
weapons we wanted to sell.
I'm not interested in buying them. You three, he points at his men. Send those filthy villagers back to their work. Use whips if you have to. We must meet the required quotas, or the knights will not be happy. Yes,
So you were
Ataman.
you were saying that she lived in town here. Do you know where her house was?
Yes, I know where her house was. Actually, it was house of Gerhard Nadzov. You can check it out. It's number 2 on the map.
Yeah, number 2. Yeah, essentially across the street from the
Yes.
foaming tankard.
Now,
Foaming mug.
I'm paying you good money, so be on your way. Do this for me, and I will be very grateful. That said, don't interfere with villagers' work, and of course, don't do anything stupid. We are the law here. And as he says that, and you look at him and his men, who just look like bullies, and racketeers, honestly,
Yeah.
you are inclined to believe him. And with that, he rides off. His advisor and some of his men following him. The others pulling out their whips and clubs, and essentially, suggesting. Telling the villagers very firmly to return to their duties. Many screams are heard. Many cries of pain. Are you going to the cottage? Or are you going to speak with someone?
Let's we should ask people about this, but I think we need to check out the cottage.
You can
Yeah.
you can do that on the road because, like I said, there are people on the road,
wanna-
on the streets.
Yeah, I don't. I'm not too interested in taking these guys up on their offer, but I do still want to question someone I saw on the road earlier today.
I think we should question the girl who was being harassed, if we can find her again.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, it's up to you guys.
Well,
I'm
let's
just
go to the
describing
cottage
the
if we
world
see
you
the
are-
girl on the way there.
You are making decisions.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's,
so-
let's head to the cottage, and if we see the girl on the way there, we'll ask her.
Yeah. Sounds good to me.
Yeah, I want to still keep the eye out for the other lady
Okay,
that I saw in the field.
sure. Roll for perception. With a minus, of course. I'm not going to make it too easy for you.
Is this everybody or just Vincent?
No, just Vincent, because only he declared that.
Oh, okay.
I super missed it.
But without the botch.
No
No
botch.
botch.
Okay, cool. No, you don't see her. She, disappeared. You're making your way to Nazov's cottage. Eventually, you reach it, number 2 on the map. It was not far from. Actually, it was not far from the place where Casimir has been shot. The cottage looks like almost every other building here, except that you hear a dog yipping not far from it, and whining. Sorry. Not to mention that the door is swinging wide open.
Okay, well, then
Blunderbuss
Poke my head
out.
What?
I'm gonna stick my head in the cottage if the door is open.
All right. Inside, you see that there's still enough light coming from small windows for you to notice 2 dark pools of mostly dried blood lying on the ground. But other than that, there's no one inside. There's a small table, a wooden bucket, a couple of clay bottles and mugs. Nothing too, nothing too out of the ordinary.
Anything of value?
Well, you can check it out if you want.
Oh yeah, I want to check. Intelligence.
Yeah, Leopold will help if you need it.
All right.
I don't know why it's taking forever to roll. Hey, okay.
Yeah, it
15.
seems a little laggy today.
Yeah. You've made it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing of interest has been found inside.
Okay.
It's a typical poor villager's cottage. There's nothing like precious or important here. These are simple poor people living in Trotteldorf. They don't have much. And besides, if Katya, after she killed her husband and father-in-law, she probably took every single valuable thing with her and fled. So there's that.
But so it.
I guess we need to ask around now.
Does it look like anybody's been in there recently, or just us?
Well, there are small pieces of furniture of probably a chair or a stool, laying broken right next to one of the blood pools. But nothing out of the ordinary. It doesn't really seem that.
So okay. So
Yeah.
it doesn't look like she's been back frequently or anything in the cover of night.
No.
Okay.
Not really.
Hmm.
You don't find anything of value at all.
I think if
Step
we're
back outside and light my pipe with some Arab black.
I think if we're not going to be able to sell anything here, we I don't know, prefer to take this stuff back to the cart and let us know what we're doing.
Yeah. So we didn't
How about-
see we didn't see that girl again, huh?
No.
Maybe we need to head back to the. I see what you're saying about dropping off the gear, but maybe we need to head back to the foaming mug and ask Remus or whatever.
How about
his-
like me and Lucas and Gennaro stay here and talk to people, and Leopold and Vincent take the gear back to Alessia and let her know what's going on.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
stubborn enough that she just might leave without us. So
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
And she asked us to do that too. So
Okay. Yeah, we
It's
can
fair.
do that.
yeah, so grab your 12 crossbows, Leopold.
And Vincent, I hand you a club and a short suit, a short sword, and a pistol.
Are you going to sell this pistol?
That's the plan. Yeah.
Okay.
You want to buy it?
I just hope I don't lose it on the way back.
I take the pistol back.
Just kidding. Yeah, I'll take it back.
Okay.
All right. Let's go, Leopold. And, on the way back, I want to kind of keep an eye out again for the lady I saw that, was in the vision. And then, just kind of still suspicious of the town in general.
Roger. You don't see that lady. You don't really know how many people live here in Trottendorf. It seems a fairly large village, with rather big complement of peasants. Then again, you could probably ask about her, or learn something more about it. Maybe then you'd have easier time in fighting people. At least that's what you're thinking right now.
Yeah.
You and Leopold, right? And Gennaro
Yes.
carry the stuff to.
I think Gennaro stayed with Sally and I.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think if at a certain point I can't find this person, then I might inquire, speaking with somebody else.
All right.
But,
You could also
maybe-
ask Alessia what she knows about this town.
yeah. Did she make a comment that she didn't want to go into town for a reason?
Yeah, I would inquire about that when you're dropping the gear off.
Okay.
Okay, so you reach Alessia's wagon. You see her eating early supper from a bowl and drinking, from a flask of strong Kislevite kvass, which she likes a lot, but never, never drinks too much. Since she's professional and all. As you approach, she looks at you, and nods her head. Are we ready to go?
I'm afraid we've got to stay a little bit longer.
Ah, what happened?
Somebody took a bullet.
Happens in life. But it was none of you, I presume.
No.
No, it wasn't. But there's some suspicion on us.
Hmm.
So we have to clear our names. We came back to let you know and drop off all this stuff because nobody wants to buy it.
I see. Very well. So you are staying here. Will you stay in the inn? At the inn?
I don't think so. I think if it gets late, we might we'll be coming back here. At least to let you know what we decide. But as for now, we will attempt to return by nightfall. If we're not, then wait till the morning. I don't know.
Understandable. Very well.
I guess there's no cavalry to call if we don't return.
If you don't return by morning, I will continue my trek to Marienburg.
Well, you might just want to say, wait till we get back.
I don't think she's gonna wait for us.
Yeah. We just have to at least be on the same page. So I want to drop off the stuff, and then I'm gonna grab the handgun and.
All right.
Yeah, I'm dropping off all the extra weaponry and just keeping the repeater crossbow, the sword, the dagger, and but all the other extra weapons I'm gonna leave in the.
No problems.
I want to put my plate helm on and be like, well, that's.
That's serious.
Yeah, he looks quite serious right now.
Again, something's not right in this town, and I don't think it has anything to do with those guards or the local law. So,
Well, I think in a way it has something to do with it, but because obviously this person is some kind of vigilante. If it's the crazy woman, why she killed her family, I don't know, but it seems obvious that she killed the overseer because he was being a pig.
noticing that he didn't pick up the implication that something superstitious is going on, I'm just kind of nod my head.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
All right, Lucas and Sally, what are you doing?
Real quick, how much longer are we going to be playing for today?
It depends on you, really. If you want to end now, we can end now. Or
Yeah, I don't have a whole lot of time left because I got to go start making dinner here shortly. So.
All right, so like what? 5 minutes, 10.
Yeah. I mean, we can play through this next scene or something if you want. That's fine.
To what? Sorry, I didn't catch that.
Play through like whatever the next scene is or whatever.
All right.
To the next stopping point. Yeah.
Right, sure. So let's just finish with you guys and we'll end it for today.
Okay.
Lucas and Sally.
I guess we're heading back to the foaming mug and looking for that girl on the way.
Yeah, and if we see anybody that looks amenable to chatting about this subject, we should do that too.
Okay. In that case, roll for perception. Like I said, you don't really need to roll for to see if there is anyone that you want to chat with. There are people on the streets. All right, cool. Andrew.
And he both passed.
Yeah, you've spotted the girl on your way to the foaming mug. She carries a small basket. and walks actually in the opposite direction that you're walking.
So as I see her, I want to walk up to her and ask her, ask her if she has a moment, and ask her if I can carry her basket for her.
She looks at you with with a strange look, but she's obviously pretty frightened. But she nods her head. Of course, my Aaron. Of course, thank you.
And so I assume Sally and Gennaro are coming with me.
Yeah.
Um,
We follow.
yeah. So first thing I want to ask her is how long that guy had been trying to force himself on her in general.
All right. I saw that you rolled really, really well, generally. So, she says, "Well, you see, the Kislev is here. That Sir Dambas put in charge of our village. They are all like that, They are very harsh and very brutal, especially towards women. I mean, towards women they're acting like pigs. Sometimes they're even worse. Casimir, the overseer, he made his advances towards me for some time now. But I always said no. He was repulsive, to be honest.
Most definitely. Then I want to ask her if she knew the lady that they suspect, whose name I've already forgotten.
Katia Gilhart.
Yeah.
Yes, I knew her. It was said that Gerhard and his father abused Katia. It was said that his father was even worse than his son.
Did you know her well?
No, not really. I knew that she was excellent shot with her Hochland long rifle.
Had she prior to snapping? Had she ever stepped in or anything?
She was a hunter by trade.
Ah.
She provided the village with lots of meat, lots of game. I don't know. I never knew her that well. I only knew her by reputation, really. And I've heard the rumors about her husband and father-in-law. I'm not surprised that she killed him, if I have to be completely honest.
So she's never stepped in to help you out before when this guy was hitting on you or anything, though?
No, not really.
Okay.
Not really.
Okay. Have you heard anything about where she may be hidden or anything?
I never thought about that, sir. I mean, she is a hunter, so perhaps she lives in the forest, but there are rumors that there are beastmen there, beastmen in the woods near our village. As you were speaking to her, suddenly you hear, "Have at you, vile scum!" You to look around.
Yeah.
You see a villager, basically, a normal villager, a peasant, one of the poorer-looking ones. "I am the famous Stallion Diestro Don Idiota, and I will defend the honor of Madame Bovary," and he points at the nearest cow. "Have at you, villain!" And he charges you, Lucas, with a piece of furniture.
Like a
Like
stick from a piece of furniture, like a broken leg, or literally like a chair.
Like a piece of chair.
I start
Okay.
laughing.
I'm gonna step out of the way.
All right, you step out of the way. He trips and falls into the mud, face first. "I'm not done with you yet, scum!" he cries, gets up, and charges you again.
Okay. I am going to, again, assuming he's just as dumb this time, also step out of the way.
Without any problems, you avoid his attack. I will not you besmirch the honor of my beloved one! He cries and charges you for the third time.
He's gonna punch him square in the face, isn't he? Okay, yeah, I'm gonna, this time...
Can I trip him or something?
You can try.
Yeah. If that doesn't work, this time when I step out of the way, I'm also gonna, like, elbow him in the back of the head or the neck or something to...
Actually, it was pretty easy, because as he charged you for the third time, Sally tripped him, and as he fell to the ground, you simply, put out your knee towards his face, and with a horrible cracking sound, and in a spray of blood and broken teeth, the man fell to the ground and lies still. The girl isn't even, crying in horror. She just looks dumbstruck.
I'm going to politely hand her basket back, and then I'm going to pull down and make sure the guy's still... kneel down and make sure he's still alive.
He's knocked out cold, but he lives. Madame Bovary is like...
Yeah, I'm going to prop him up on something so that if he, the blood doesn't run down his throat or he doesn't vomit or anything if he's concussed, or if he does vomit, he doesn't swallow on it and just continue on.
I'm going to put a silver in his pocket.
So this guy was defending the honor of a cow?
Yes.
That Lucas
You don't know
somehow
that.
offended?
You don't know that, Vincent. Cause
I know.
I know.
Sure I was hearing correctly.
So that's it for you. Sorry, just one very quick scene for Lucas and Leopold, and we are ending, but it's just basically just a minute, alright?
Yeah, cool.
Lucas and Leopold, you are making your way back from...
Vincent.
Sorry, Leopold and Vincent, you are making your way back from Olesia's wagon. When suddenly you see a villager comes running to you. He looks at Leopold and cries, "Oh Lord More, we are not worthy, O great king of the underworld! Spare us, we pray, another day, postpone our doom and protect our tomb!" And he begins to uncontrollably sob into the mud while kissing your feet, Leopold.
My feet.
Yes, your feet.
I'm going to look over to Leopold and say, like Solland,
They didn't go mad in Solid, did they?
What are
No,
you guys
but
referencing?
they,
Where was this?
Solland got wiped out and is now like a ghost city with...
Actually, province.
It's a province. It got subsumed into Wissenland.
Yeah.
Yeah, but these people are all batshit crazy. I think it's the hot beer.
Please do not take us
personally.
to your kingdom, not just yet. We beg you, just one more day.
Yes. You are spared one more day.
Oh, thank you. And Hundarko gets up and runs away.
Like, there's a high percentage of nutcases in this town. Seriously.
Yeah, like I was saying, I don't think those Kislevites are the real problem in the city, in this village.
I think it has something. The beer has something to do with it. We should go back to the foaming mug.
Taste test some more beer.
Make sure it's okay. Yeah.
And with that, you're making your way back to the foaming mug. And with that, we are ending the session for today. Points.
So, I will say that from out-of-game knowledge, I noticed a big rye field, and rye has a nasty habit of getting a fungus on it that will pass into bread and beer that has similar effects to LSD. So,
ergotamine.
Yeah.
Well, isn't that what the Salem witch trials was suspected of being?
It could have been, or yeah. I mean, there's been a lot of things where they've looked back and said, this totally could have been caused by that. So.
The tarantellas, I think, were, which are a result of ergot poisoning. So it's a fungal, fungal toxin.
Yeah, and even like the flagellants of the Holy Roman Empire and stuff like that. That like they potentially could have just been eating bad bread.
Hmm.
That's actually very interesting. I'm going to read more about that. Thanks. Anyway, guys, points for today. 60 points for everyone, of course, and a large Lastrian for everyone as well.
And the what?
Lastrian pizza.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Everyone gets 10 points for their characters. What next? What's next? Places of birth. Brian.
I talked with with Remus a little bit.
Yeah, actually that was pretty good. 10 points. Because you did engage in the discussion. Andrew, you also 10 points. Yeah, also
Okay.
I've heard. I saw the Talabheim calendar news today. Jason and Sean, 10 points for you as well.
Okay.
Religion, Brian, 10 points. Esmeralda, Andrew.
It didn't really come up today.
All right, Jason, 10 points for you. Sean, what about you?
I was trying to get something with Sigmar in there, but I don't think I over.
You were mentioning more stuff when we were entering the field, and we had a pretty decent back and forth. Trying to remember the details of that. Oh, it was about if Sigmar protect you, and then I was like, if he doesn't, at least more will have the gates open for you, or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. So I guess that's worth 5 points. Well,
Okay, works for me.
all right. Now, star sign, Brian.
Righteous, fearless, merciful. I don't know. I think I was a pretty warm person to be around today.
What person? Sorry. Oh, warm.
Yeah, I think I was a pretty warm.
Yeah. Yeah, it was good actually. 10 points. All right, next we have Andrew.
Mine's Moment the Fool, sensible, intuitive, and lucky. I don't know. Pretty unlucky with Genius, the cow lover coming after me.
Don Idiota.
Yeah. I mean, it. I think I tried to be sensible at certain points, but I don't know if that was too. Yeah.
I
that much.
think you were, so I'll give you 10 points for that. Because I saw a sensible person today. Jason.
Gungren's Baldric, militant profession of arms, drawing the pistol on the crowd as soon as they tried to accuse us of murder. I wasn't going to have any of that.
Yeah, I'm torn about this one, because it could have ended very, very badly, very, very easily. You had only one shot, and if they would rush you in their fear...
Well, that one shot would have proven my innocence.
Yes, you can say that, I guess. I'll give you 5 points for that.
All right.
Yeah. Brian? Sorry, Sean.
Yeah.
So Cacklefax the cockerel. So I was trying to get Lucas to buy me the beer he owes me. Plus, asking if Sally was going to pay for it out of the war chest, and then refusing to buy the guy's beer, even though I knew it would make them like me better and talk to me more.
Okay, yeah, that was actually cool. So I'll give you 10 points for that. You were very cheap. Doom.
I try.
Brian.
The blind maiden shall weigh thy soul. I got nothing for that.
Okay, Andrew.
The sword shall bring no justice, only suffering. I went out of my way to not kill the
Yeah, that's true.
the supposed
Yeah.
stallion
Idiota.
Destra. Yeah.
Yeah, 10 points. Very, very, very cool. Very cool. Jason.
The tiniest of Tal's children will feast upon thy gut. When I knew something was up with the town, I
Dirt kicking.
yeah,
Yeah.
kind of looking for signs of doom.
10 points.
And if you drank some of that hot beer, it probably would have feasted upon your gut too.
Well, I'm thinking that might be the what's happening.
That's actually sorry.
So no worries. Sean.
The hourglass shatters before thy last grain falls. I thought about how to work that in, but I don't feel like I actually came across actually doing it. So I don't know.
Yeah, I also didn't saw that today.
Yeah.
Brian, 5 points for halfling. Any ideas that actually push the adventure forward? Benefited you in
I
any
just
way?
think, yeah, I just think the idea of trying to not get them to blame us for shooting them and saying, "Hey, look, it came from over there. Let's go that way." That was my only real contribution, I think.
Yeah, that was pretty good, but in the end, Grozny said that the villagers were suspecting you.
Yeah,
And besides, Vincent didn't really help matters when he pulled out his piece. Okay, so nothing for that. So that's it.
How much XP does everyone have?
Sorry, Brian. Remember, 30 points for you.
Yeah, I got that.
Looks
How much
to
do
me
you
like
guys
I have 95 for Leo.
I got 100 even.
I got 105 for Leopold.
Oh, you got 105 for me?
I mean, sorry, Vincent.
Okay.
See, I know my character's name.
You got 105, you said?
Yeah, Vincent has 105.
Okay. No. I got 105.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys heard it while it was going on, but there was
105 plus the 30.
there was a lot of helicopter noise, and I got a sort of a. I'm in a Facebook group for the neighborhood, and they're saying, "Oh yeah, there were cops over on such and such street, and there were shots fired, and blah blah blah." I'm like, "Oh really?
Shit.
Cool." Yeah, there's no helicopter anymore, and I haven't been out of the house since 8 o'clock this morning, so I don't know. Hopefully it's it's passed me by, but yeah, they were saying somebody drove a truck and was firing off a gun somewhere to the west of me, a few blocks away.
Stay safe, okay?
Yeah, I'm not going anywhere, but it hasn't, as far as I know, it hasn't, because it was around the time that my wife and daughter left, so. But if it was further west, they wouldn't have come across the streets being blocked off or anything.
All right. Well, you've established your alibi.
Yes.
Okay, so that's it for today.
Okay.
Thank you for the game, guys. So right now, let's see. 8th of April is cool.
My mother is going to be in town on the 8th.
So it's not cool.
No.
Oh,
Does she wanna play the character that we're looking for?
how about 15th?
15th works for me.
All right. The rest of you?
I should be able to do it because I think we have a really large 2-day track meet over that weekend, but I think I'll be done by the time we normally start because he normally runs like first thing in the morning.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I would say it should be good.
For now, let's say that's 15th.
Okay.
Thank you for the game, guys. Of course, notes are welcome, more than welcome even. I don't know how much we are missing. How many notes? Are we missing any?
I thought we were all caught
My
up.
notes?
If Brian put in the notes from last time, I think we're
We're just missing this week because I have it like written down but not typed yet. So they're all in there.
Okay, cool. So that's very nice. Right. If you want to, of course, call me about anything, then do so. And I guess I'll see you all.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't say I've looked through a few of my boxes of gaming stuff, but several of them are in very hard to get positions, so I haven't gotten them out yet. So I haven't found the vampire stuff yet, but.
Oh, no worries. By the way, Andy, I was, as crazy as it sounds, I was thinking about grabbing all those books from that bookstore, but I would need to know exactly how much it would cost, because they're almost impossible to get in Poland.
I actually don't make it over there very frequently because it's like 30 minutes away.
Of course, whenever you'll be able to, yeah.
But they were all in the neighborhood of $3 a piece.
Oh, I see what happened with the notes. I put last week's notes on this week.
Yeah, I just saw it. That's what I was going to say that when they were done talking.
Yeah. Anyway, Andy, whenever you'll be able to, just without fuss. I mean, I'm no hurry because I still need to buy from my pal in Finland 2 Warhammer Fantasy rulebooks for priests and vampires.
Yes.
Yeah, Tome of Salvation and Night's Dark Masters, and I'll be getting them in April. That way, I will only have 1 book left to collect. To have my, to get to my to have my collection complete. So I'm in no hurry. I would just like to know approximately how much it would cost to get all of those novels.
I sent that picture. I mean, that there were a few duplicates in there, but it would be about $3 a piece for every one.
Yeah, of course, I'm not interested in duplicates, and but everything else is a fair game. And I think that way it would actually be worth it for me to
ship it
to Poland.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but like I said, when you have a spare time, I'm in no hurry. Cool, guys.
Cool.
Okay.
Well, I might give it a couple of weeks in because I doubt they're moving, but that might give them more time for them to get some of the other books in too. So.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll see you all later. Have a great day, great week.
Thanks. You too.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, good game, guys.
Good game. Thanks.
Yeah.
Guys.
Jason, have you? Are you checking the status on the shipment?
I did. Does does it only list when it's in Poland, or once it leaves Poland, does the tracking still work?
I think so. Andy, you were sending, you were buying things from Poland, right?
Yeah. So generally the way it works is that unless it's sent registered mail, the tracking only tells you to the country, to the border of the country it was sent in. That is, unless it goes by a courier, like say a FedEx. That's usually the way it works. Now, because I bought quite a few large things from Poland. There's a couple of different companies that do like MDF cut stuff and like shelves and whatnot, paint shelves and stuff that I've bought from, and that's the way it all worked. It's all worked for them, and from whenever I've done any international shipping, really. So, if the tracking number begins R or I think also RL.
Yeah, it is R.
Okay, then that should be registered mail. Then that should track into the U.S. But the thing to know too is that sometimes things can sit in customs for freaking ever.
I've spoke with my friends who are. One of them is actually a commission painter, and he sends minis all over the world. He told me that it's about 2 to 3 weeks I mean, it took his package 2 to 3 weeks to reach the U.S.
Yeah, I've had it real weird from Poland. I've had things as fast as 3 days. I shit you not.
Well,
I
maybe
shit you not, 3 days.
Yeah, it is possible, but
because I was laughing because the thing I ordered that time, I ordered something else from a guy in California the same day, and the thing from Poland arrived faster than the thing from California. But I've also had things go up to about 2 to 3 weeks. Yeah. And in fact, I've had stuff from England take 5 weeks.
From England, it always takes pretty long time, even in Europe. So that's nothing.
I've had stuff from England take as little as 1 week and as long as 5. So if it just like if it shows up as like because it never says on the international tracking that it went into customs. It just says like it arrived at the U.S. and then just sits there arrived at the U.S. for 8 days or whatever.
Yeah. That happened to my Pantheon of Chaos stuff. I think it was actually stuck in Madrid. Like he had mailed it to me, and it sat there, and and he kept on telling me, "Oh, you just have to be patient." So I didn't bug him. And finally, I'm like, "Hey, man, where the hell is it?" He's like, "Oh shit,"
Yeah.
So
okay, Jason, just check it regularly. All right, if ever anything's like wrong, give me a call. I will try and ask at the post office. All right.
Okay.
And the other thing that I found, and maybe it's just voodoo, but once it shows up as being in the U.S., but if it doesn't seem to move, if you go to the USPS mobile site, you can register to get like SMS updates, and for some reason, I don't know if that's like, oh shit, somebody's fault. Somebody wants to know what we got to get this one moved or what. Or if it's just coincidence every time, but that seems to spur it on. The other thing to remember too is, and this is I can only speak for the U.S. side of this because I had something sent that got lost and returned and stuff. Well, so I did spent way more time on the phone with the Postal Service than I ever should have. Basically, what happens is the tracking number or the package gets put on a pallet that is essentially wrapped up, and then they scan the pallets in, and every tracking number associated with the pallet number gets updated. But a lot of times, like a pallet will be delivered, and then it'll just sit there on a dock for 3 days because it's behind in line. And then the one other bit of information, which this is not good information, apparently the Cincinnati sorting office is known to have a high degree of lost packages.
Awesome.
Wonderful.
Yeah. But that's, if it's registered, it has a tracking number. Anything that's got tracking numbers is harder to, quote unquote, lose. So.
Yeah.
So yeah, just keep watching it. Once it shows up in the U.S., you probably want to give it 3 or 4 days before usually it moves on from customs.
Do you use the same tracking website then, regardless of where it is?
If it's got an RR registered number, you can use the USPS tracking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you can just go to USPS.com and plug it in there. Because it'll be like RR some number, and then I believe Poland is PL at the end or P something at the end, which is the country code for Poland. So, yeah. Yeah, if it's an RR number or an RL number, you can track it through the U.S. Postal Service.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks for the
good info.
Thanks for the tips.
Yeah.
Like I said, Jason, just give me a call if anything will come up. I also hope that the package will get to you in one piece.
Yeah.
If not, then of course I'm covering all the costs. So just let me know, okay?
All right. Sounds
Cool.
good.
Cool.
Right.
All right. We'll see you guys in 3 weeks.
All right.
Yeah.
See ya.
See you in 3 weeks. Bye bye.
See ya.
Bye.